Now then, start off my, well, the rest of my free day on the right. But we'll do something interesting. I'll do something interesting indeed. So, I forgot to put him there. Oops. Well, that is out of the way. Let me quickly set everything up, shall we? Shall we? We're gonna play. Now it's double whammy today, and we're gonna start off with something I haven't played in a while. Then I'll explain to you how this is going to work in a bit. But first I think I have to actually give you a bit of an intro for where the fuck we even are. Because, you know, just maybe potentially it might be a bit more of drawing the line between what we were doing now and when the last time was when we did it. Okay, YouTube, could you maybe potentially load this, please? I will be most pleasant. I will be most pleasant indeed. Yes, very pleasant. Yes. Because YouTube being YouTube, it takes its sweet ass time to load. I'm not even surprised. Just, you know, mildly amused at this point. Okay, two things are working. That's a good start. Now then, silence our little phone and then I'll explain the plan for today while this is happening. Now, what is the plan for today, you might wonder. As I said, today is a bit of a holiday, which means we have actually a bit of a different time frame than we usually have. So we'll do two things, and I'm going to time them relatively easily, so that it's easy to understand where I'm coming from. And then, well, this loads, I think I can explain this easily enough. So we'll start off with a bit of good old-fashioned Trails in the Sky, because we haven't played in a while, and kind of want to finish this in regards to maybe starting another one from this particular series in the as a bit of a new project, because the first part of the Crossbell saga has been released on Steam, and there's a lot of voice acting. I've tried it for a bit because it took precisely what felt like 0.5 seconds until every last single account of our little friend group that we still have going had it on their accounts, because a certain someone makes absolutely sure that we have it at all times available to us. Yep. My dearest little one. She has done well, to be fair. Yeah, which also means we'll probably have to change our usual method approach, but first things first, we've got to finish this one. The one we have. And then we go for the next one. Let me change the screen for you actually, and see if it actually loads. It'll usually take a second to load. Now then. So to explain today's planning a bit more in detail. First, this one. Playing some good old-fashioned Trails in the Sky. Following a little story and hopefully making a good bit of progress here. Because we're getting relatively close to the end and I kind of want to finish up this project and start a new one. I'm not really the kind of guy who abandons projects. It might take a while to finish them, mind you, but I never really get abandoned. They'll be put on hold, basically, until the mood changes and I'm back for playing some more. The mood has changed, and I felt the need to play this for quite a while now. I just didn't find the right proper opportunity to do so. And, well, now that time has come for us to indulge ourselves a bit more again. So that is that. We'll play for roughly 2 hours, maybe 3, and depending a bit on how good progress goes and how much we find an opportune moment to end it on. Basically, that's the first thing we're gonna do. Secondly, there's gonna be another stream after that, because the idea is basically I stop doing it, then I go make myself some food. I have some nice meat, pork that I would like to, you know, cook up with some potatoes and get myself something nice to eat. So I'll be gone for an hour, and then we're playing some maybe 3 to 4 hours in WoW, making some progress there. But that is at least the plan, as it is said. For the moment, let me change the window so I can actually see everything is working. It seems to be. Good. And without much further ado, let us get back into it. So where the fuck are we even? Well, we're in the final chapter of the game, and honestly I can't give you the whole spiel about what we have done, because that would take a lot of game time. We entered this, we, in very broad speaking terms, tried to get a bit of conversation with the Queen to inform her of the ongoing, well, conspiracy going on. And in order to do so, we participated in a tournament, a martial arts tournament, got away to the victory and got ourselves an invitation to the castle at a nice little dinner party, which is precisely where we are. Of course, this is not going to be a pleasant party, as we're not there to enjoy the food and the drink. No, we are precisely there to sneak up and get a greeting with the Queen, so we can maybe get some help from her. Now, I do know that from here on out, the game is really not that long, technically speaking. There is a pretty damn direct way from here to a bit of a rescue mission to, well, basically the final dungeon. It's not really much. I'm thinking maybe potentially we'll be able to finish off this nice little game. Maybe even now. Now, we are going roughly for achievements. There's achievements for opening all the chests in the game. There's achievement for having all the weapons in the game. Since I do have some old run-throughs of this game, to put it mildly, I have like 3 different files, which is nothing. I played through this game like 3 times. Once starting off with normal, then the second run on Nightmare to get all of the achievements for doing it at the highest difficulty. And then I did it one more time on basically easy, just to get the rest of the achievements basically and it over with. That's it. I'll point out some ideas. Now it's time to start reading again. Oh, I go to the castle already. Just to remind you, since we're going to be staying there after the party, we won't be able to leave until morning. Into the castle. Let's just show the gatekeeper our invitations then. Yeah, I don't know why I'm so nervous. Probably because we don't get invitations to big events like this very often. A point actually he's making. Look, it's still normal royal guards. Hey, that's the castle of Her Majesty the Queen. Unless you have official business here, you need to leave. Hey. Hey there. I'm sorry about the other day. Oh, it's you two. You're still staying in town? Yeah, I still have some business to take care of. I have a formal invitation, so by your leave, may we pass? I like what? Formal invitation? Received directly from His Grace. What? The giants! Me, right here. Written invitation. We have one. Let's see. For Zin and his team, in appreciation for your performance in the competition, you are cordially invited to a dinner party. Oh, okay, you guys were in the martial arts competition. Right, and here the winning team was led by a huge Eastern guy. So, is that you? Hehe, you got it. Would greatly appreciate your help. Makes sense. The headsmate told us you'd be coming. Yeah, missing someone. What happened to him? It's kind of impolite, I know, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to make it. But the only one's coming. Oh, that's a pity. No matter, please go in. Now intriguing. Zin and Company, victors of the martial arts competition. Open the gate! Gates like this are really impractical. Because you know, everything in this world is run by orbital energy, which means there's a fucking engine somewhere that is actually moving the gate. Wow. It's like the Haken Gate, but there's something more impressive about it being part of a castle. You don't say. Or imagine that engine is actually, you know, broken or the energy goes out. How the fuck are you gonna open this gate? I mean, maybe there's some, you know, giant winch or something you can use to open it manually, but I'm assuming that is made of solid stone. And there are 2 layers of it. I don't want to be the poor fucker who has to move that. I bet it's more solid too, since it's a royal castle. That's part of why it's impregnable. Since the nation was established, no enemy has ever broken through Ahnenburg wall. I do love when they throw random German in there. The capital has been ravaged by war numerous times as a result of mutinies and insurrections amongst the nobles. Ah. Well, good morning to you, little grown-ups, and, well, technically speaking, good afternoon to me, because it's a bit late. Hey, little stretchy member, hello! Nice of you two to drop by, so this rather strangely timed stream nonsense I'm doing today. Because I have a plan. I'm gonna play Eastern and Western at the same time. Gotta play some Trailers first, and then we're gonna play some WoW later, and it is indeed the afternoon. Don't forget, little strategy member. The Kronos is not. Not even wearing pants yet. I'm fucking close to stop wearing pants at this point. Oh, what are you playing? Well, I basically gave the spiel already, but the short version is we're gonna do 2 streams today. We're gonna play this for like, 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. Because basically, we're literally close to the end, and I do like to finish my projects. And this one has been on hold for quite a while. So basically we're back to playing Trails. Which means a lot of reading for me, which is fun and dandy for a while, but we'll see how long my throat actually works with me there. Well, then I'm going to take a break and make myself some food, because I actually have some nice meat, some pork, in the fridge that I would really like to give some loving of the cooking variant. And then I'll come back a bit later and play some WoW. Or some more, depending a bit, honestly, on my mood. I kind of want to play around a bit more with the airplane designer on one hand, which is kind of cute. Really cute, actually. Maybe if I stop smoking, reading wouldn't hurt so much. Yeah, and maybe if I stopped breathing, I wouldn't feel any pain at all. But that's not going to happen now, is it? Also, I stopped smoking. I want to smoke in the pipe at this point. I don't even smoke cigarettes any longer. But yeah. Technically speaking, you're probably not wrong. Realistically speaking, ain't that easy, let's just say. But oh well. Also, there's a new game in the Trail series that just came out on Steam, and you don't know that I have like 2 good friends, basically, that have, well, basically we share our accounts because we're now, yes, we're now just so long. I don't think they're going to do any horrible wrong. So, yesterday or the day before, I don't even remember, when the new Trails game came out, it took what felt like 5 seconds from that to get the message like, well, thank you for a purchase. I was like, what? So I have that on my account now too. Look at that, the Kronos is now wearing pants. He has become a decent person again. And yeah, so are the plans for today. Well, the first stream was decided rather obviously and easily. The second one is a bit of a I don't know yet. We'll see what I feel like. Ah, no problem. That takes priority. We're talking about a shirt. Where can I see that? He's like, I'm preparing for work. I see him starting cards again. Little Kronos, I see you are a man of culture as well. Very much enjoying your time. I find that rather great. He does multitasking. Look at that. He's a civilized person who's even farther than me, because multitasking is one of my weak points. I'll at least take a look at it, I give fix a chance. Let's copy that. Good old fashioned Control C, Control V. It wasn't rich, but just a loser. I mean, fair point. Fair point indeed. I like it. Now, let me take one last drag of the pipe and then put it aside, because smoking the pipe while reading does not work that well. I mean, yeah, reading, but reading out loud doesn't work that well while your mouth is full of smoke. For some mystical reason, that does not go well together. But yeah, want to make the best of this day. Playing much true. Because I really don't know how the rest of the week goes on. I can actually imagine the Kronos wearing that shirt and just, not saying anything, just pointing to the shirt, going like, yeah. If at some point in the near future I actually make some money, I will give shit like that to Kronos. Just so he wears it and I can laugh at it and go like, hitting. Just to start earning money again. Okay. Bit of coffee. Now we're gonna attend this party and see what this story is particularly going. But even then, the castle held the rebel army at bay and protected the royal family and the refugees. Oh, nice. So the stories say. We don't even know. That's not good. Oh, that's pretty neat. Yeah, castles are pretty neat, actually. I will agree 100% with Stell. Old castles are pretty neat. I'd like to visit quite a few more. I've seen most of them in the area. There's some smaller ones from the individual barons and stuff. Those that could actually afford building a small castle for themselves. That is not everybody, actually. Rush being ability doesn't mean you have the resources to build yourself a cool castle. Sadly. Very much the sort of tale one would expect from a nation with such history. Really? I mean, Liberal is a pretty damn small country, so... What's the biggest threat for the small country? I mean, apart from the obvious internal conflict, which is going to be very much present, outside sources, far bigger enemies. Now, welcome to Her Majesty's Grand Cell Castle. Go right in, you'll be met by a welcoming party inside. Enjoy your evening. We're not here to enjoy the evening, we're here to infiltrate the castle. And meet the Queen. I tell her that there's a big conspiracy going on, and everybody is basically, you know, evil. Apart from us, we're the good guys. I do love this world, actually, because, you know, this world actually has a lot less assholes in it than normal. It's an idealized version, which is quite often, actually, in JRPGs you find a really idealized version of the world. Lots more nice and good people in it. And a lot less self-interested, which is kinda cute. Say that again. Neat. It's a nice foyer, isn't it? I've never seen anything that compares to this place. Not just pretty, it's got history. It probably does. You can really feel the traditions and rules of the old kingdom here. Welcome to Grand Cell Castle. You're Zinhin's team, correct? Yeah, we are. That party. We used to use several throughout history. Factions switching them. And when Napoleon was at Waterloo because of family's resentment towards the Dutch king. Imprint. Britain was the least. Look, Captain House here. Oh yeah, the Foxwoman. Didn't really unexpected, but even so. That's right. Come at the invitation of the mute Duke. Castles are pretty damn awesome. Because they do feel really, really impressive, especially if they are actually meant for defensive purposes, which usually means you're placing them in places that are easily defendable. So not on an open plain where they can be surrounded, but for example with some mountains in the back, for example. Pretty cool. But yeah, cool stuff. Very cool stuff. I like it. Also, I like the music in this game. It's actually one of the few soundtracks I actually have on my little phone, because I use my phone as a music player sometimes, and kinda cute. Kinda cute. You there she is again. I'm Captain Canonia Malthea of the Intelligence Division, the main evil guys, head of Grand Cell Castle's defense. I might be wondering, why is the Intelligence Division in charge of the fucking castle's defense, which would usually be a job for the Royal Guard, obviously. Well, because they're assholes. They basically blamed the Royal Guard in a bit of a plot to take control of the castle, which they succeeded in, because now everybody thinks that the Royal Guard are actually traitors. Which they of course not. London Castle went to him of Lord Easer. A place for him to run to when he was in danger. Indeed. Actually, you know, quite a few kings in the past had, well, multiple homes, or, well, places of residence, basically, including, you know, some nice little seats out in the land for hunting purposes, some closer to the city, of course, you know, then, of course, actual defendable castles, because, you know, when shit hits the fan, you kinda don't want to be out and about. You kinda want a place where you can just pull up the bridge and go like, fuck you, I'm gonna survive here for a month if I need to. Also because, you know, considering the time we're talking about, these castles were not necessarily all that comfortable. Necessarily. Especially the time before we had actually, you know, good glass windows. Which means, you know, it's a building made for defensive purposes, not with comfort first and foremost in mind. Meaning they can get cold, they can get windy, they can get chilly. Got later a lot better. There's any difference between a castle and a fort? Actually there is, yeah. A castle is a permanent defensive structure in it originally, and a fort is a temporary measure. So a fort is something you erect just for a while. Usually it's meant to be made out of wood and other easily erectable materials and then pulled down, while a castle is meant as a permanent defensive point, which is why you build castles at important points. For example, easily defendable choke points. So can actually hold a base of operations and a base of logistics going even when you're attacked. For example, take the Grunsel Castle here. This Grunsel Castle is basically built with one exit and entrance point, and it has a giant lake in its back. So basically you can only attack from the front, right at the gate, which is ideal because it means everybody's going to run at that gate while you stand up on the fucking walls and just shoot down. Now I really need to take a few more traction pipe. Also, don't forget the sheer amount of resources required to actually build a fucking castle. That takes a lot. And really a lot. Good times. Actually, I think the original idea of using the temporary defensible positions, actually, I'm pretty sure the Romans even did that too, way back when. Works pretty damn well, because you can actually erect defensible positions relatively easily. Because, you know, even a castle needs quite a amount of people, and so now getting people in there, that will motivate your soldiers to fight. The long fight is actually not a bad way of doing it. I mean, you know, a bit safer, personally. I mean, yeah, you know, that's one of the most common materials you'll find that you can, well, erect at least a wall from. Usually wood, because, you know, trees are basically everywhere, especially in Europe. Pretty easy to do. Now, that's still a far cry from the very much stone monuments we built later on. And of course, you know, then came the time when everything went strange, even when, you know, even ships became basically prestige objects and everything was turned into a prestige object, including castles, which means castles completely lost their defensive functions in order to look snazzy. And we built things very snazzy. I do like to look at some of the ships of the line, the later ones that they created during the Baroque times. Oh, the amount of fucking just minuscule details worked into them. It's like, I would feel bad actually shooting at it because a poor craftsman had probably to sit fucking weeks at the back of that ship. And you know, work the wood to make it look nice and snazzy. I'd be sitting there like, do I really want to shoot at it? And I made the same thing with castles actually, which is quite annoying. But well, times changed and the needs changed. And you know, as soon as cannons became the mainstay on the battlefield, castles weren't nearly as effective because the necessary wall thickness you needed to resist cannons was just absurd. Especially because cannons were still getting ever more powerful, so that race actually kind of ended the original arms race between armor and weapons, because the original idea was, you know, whenever people developed new weapons or more efficient weapons, they just upped the armor until it could resist. But that didn't work that well, and when, you know, black powder was used more commonly. Not in the early stages, because then it was still fucking useless, but later on, yep, that's a problem. A real problem. Well, persons and weeks made castle-like settlements. I mean, yeah. The idea is really not new to defend your place, especially your important place, with at least a basic bitch wall or something. But the idea of a castle to village is not necessarily dead out there. It's actually a pretty logical conclusion when you think about it. Like, you have a place, you have a settlement, it's a larger settlement, lots of people living there, very important shit. Kinda don't want it to go under and lose that. Also, that means that you can technically then have an easier time collecting taxes, because if there's a limited amount of entrances and exits into, for example, larger town where trading is happening, that means that you can actually tax the wares coming in, going out easily. But also has a financial aspect to it. Well then, let's see where it's going. I'd like to extend my heartfelt congratulations. You don't mean that, woman. For a championship victory. Watching it was truly a spectacular experience. You're lying out of your fucking... Well, let's not go there. You're too kind, really. May I say, I didn't know they made women as young and pretty as you into captains. You must do fine work. Under the table. Yeah, in fact, you didn't have gunpowder, they had metal plating that you wanted to have then in it. The more dense the better, because it proved it was well made and had less weak spots. Yeah, but the problem is, you know, even if the metal plate has proven itself in the past, it will break at some point. There's just no way to win against fucking gunpowder in the long run. Or the first weapons were so imprecise and so fucking unreliable that it wasn't really the thing, because you used them basically for the shock that it caused with the whole sound and the smoke, not so much for the fact that it actually shoots them. Later, when it didn't really take long for that to happen, things became precise enough that you could actually make use of them in an actual, you know, I shoot things sense. And from there on out, armor became absolutely fucking useless. You couldn't keep up. Because the sheer amount of plating and other mechanisms you would need to stop bullets with the materials available and the techniques available was just not... it wasn't reasonable. You couldn't wear that. You could just as well try to wear fucking armor made of gold. You wouldn't, because it would crush you. And also, it wouldn't protect you. You get the point. Pretty damn useless at that point. Which is why we changed to uniforms. Now, in the Cambian Polyg area, where basically line infantry was a thing, where people just walked up to each other in fucking uniform, because, well, there was no reason to wear fucking plate armor, was there? Yes, also, you know, if you make a plate armor, and even if you... As soon as you start denting it, basically, you're creating weak points in that. I think by the time line infantry was a thing, the only reason you would wear armor would be for official purposes, because it would still be seen as a sign of prestige, but apart from that... But, you know, fashion became far more important, also at this point. Remember the Baroque times, when the kings and nobility were running around very much fashion conscious, and not so much, you know, practically minded, not even in war. It was actually seen as a bit of a faux pas to be, you know, even during war times, run around armored. Like meh, what are you, peasant? The nobility. Ah, but you are the flatterer. You see now. You're not so young as your bracer friends. Stand at your right, indeed. Been some time since the incident in Zeiss, hasn't it? Yeah, I guess it has. Quite some time. Fortunately, the matter concerning Professor Russell is yet to be resolved. It appears that he and his granddaughter were abducted by a group of nefarious individuals. You're talking about yourself, aren't you? You wouldn't have to know anything about it, would you? Nope. I'm afraid not. In that case, up to the full-fledged bracers came to cancel. I never even get the follow-up report on it. I see. That's truly a shame. Yeah, a shame indeed. Producers of the Intelligence Division, it's only a matter of time before the culprits are arrested. Have no fear on that score. Bells over. Understood. I trust you to take care of the professor. Oh, absolutely. We'll show you to your rooms. Yeah, if you would please do the honors. Yes, ma'am. See to the needs. We do not bother with any idle chatter. Which is a nice way of saying don't talk to them if you don't absolutely have to. Can I make myself clear? Yes, ma'am. I understand. And they're not only inaccurate, they're also really only good for close-range combat. From killing proof. Yeah. Luckily, that really didn't last that long. I mean, the very early guns were basically ringing in the end of the Middle Ages and very much starting the next area. End of it. Oh, hope you enjoy your evening. For my part, I must bid you farewell. Ah, such a shame. You couldn't really, you know, get it. That is one fine woman. Is, you know. I just say this in, but your taste in woman is crap. Fair point. What about it, Fox speaks to happy. I think that might just be his favorite type of woman. Just to find that women like that turn out to be pretty good people. Want to peel back a few layers. In this case, you have to peel and peel a lot of layers, though. To speak. You're hopeless. What does it matter? But you really do sound like a dirty old man sometimes. Oh, my honor. Well. Sorry about that. You're supposed to show us to a room, so yes, please allow me. I mean, I said before, but I'm Shia. Meet you at the castle. I never would have figured, apart from the uniform and other such things, but oh well. I won't be at your service this evening, from the dinner party until the morning. Anything is not to your satisfaction, please don't hesitate to let me know. I don't like the fox-faced woman, can you get rid of her, please? Thank you very much. Now please show us the room then. Certainly, it is on the second floor. Okay. Waddling up to the second floor. Oh, nice and dandy. It means someone we can explore the castle, run around, see what cool things we have. Apart from this really grand foyer, that's kinda neat. That is a nice chandelier. Loaded chandelier. Talk about classy. Yeah, pretty neat. So, what's that way? That's the throne room. Yeah, I mean, you know, if you take a fucking... Take any, basically, of the more modern guns back into times, and it should be, very much shocking the poor people. Go back to the end of the Middle Ages with a fucking 50 cal or something. And an assholeish amount of ammunition and parts. They would be dominating the battlefield for quite a while, because, those poor knights charging at you. It's like, oh yeah, just keep doing that. I'm just gonna sit here and have fun. Oh. Where did you use this to receive personal guests? Doesn't see much use in recent days, though. I see. Interesting. So we know where the throne room is. But is the Queen's condition really that bad? And the birthday celebration coming up soon. No. Just that it's the headmaid who tends to her in the royal keep of late. Don't speak on subjects about which I'm not familiar. I'm joking. You really don't want to talk about this, do you? Understandable. There are nefarious things about. Very much so. Look, another classy chandelier. Pretty neat. The room where you'll be staying. Please go in. Okay. Why not? They knew we'd only be 3 people because there are only fucking 3 beds in here. Yes, but by the time World War I came around, you know, heavy machine guns became a thing, so 30 rounds per second. That actually is quite a lot. It sounds quite useless. Actually, because you would ruin your gun fucking quickly. Holy streets. Imagine we'd ever stay in a place like this. It's okay. Nice. This will make a good story for later. I believe there's still some time before the party. Free to explore the castle, but the security areas are off limits. I said you refrain from entering those areas. Maybe a little more specific. More significant and most significantly, the royal keep where the queen resides. A small palace of sorts, built on the garden terrace of the roof. Okay. This is where Her Majesty greets the people of Gransil from during the birthday festivities. You cannot go into the royal keep itself. You may visit the garden terrace if you like. But the other restricted areas. There's the royal guard room and also the treasury, I believe. Well, obviously the treasury would be off limits. Yes, if you can get them in numbers, because the main reason why you would use a heavy machine gun is for use as, you know, suppressive fire. Not necessarily anything else you can do with that easily. Also because, you know, its movability is basically crap. So having only a few of those is really not going to do much for you. Especially not if you have to suppress a whole area. And during World War I we still had basically clearly defined front lines, which is useless for small numbers of weapons. Because you have a huge area that you need to control. As you know, it also showcased very much the need for factory output and not so much manufacture output, because manufacturing things manually is going to A, have a lot of difference in the actual produce, which is very bad, especially when it comes to bullets and parts for your guns. Which means you need to A, automate things, and you B, need to keep a certain level by making things basically printed. Such a pain. Now, printing patterns, nothing else. Might not be the most high quality stuff that you can get from somebody working with his hands on it, but works a lot better in the long run. As you know, cheap and affordable. Very important thing. The Germans learned that lesson very much in the Second World War. With their heavy machine gun, they were like, huh, this is a nice machine gun, it can do wonderful things for us, but the production is going to kill us. So the sheer materials are going to kill us. They were. Which means people knew damn well where to start protecting this, and then if you have like a border of a few hundred kilometers, you're like, okay, I'm just going to protect all of it, which has never worked and never will. But in order to make it possible, fortresses were built, lines were drawn, trenches were made, in order to make a defensive position as best as we possibly could over the whole area. And then comes the part where you're like, okay, so I need to break through this line at some point. Collect my troops there, attack them, get thrown back. The other side tries it too, rinse and repeat. That's just a wonderful question about all that terrorist stuff. I'm pretty sure the Netherlands never really had much say in World War I or World War II when it comes to actually, you know, being an counterpart. Because you're gonna be outnumbered and outgunned pretty damn quickly. Although, to be fair, you still could technically rely a bit on your colonies, couldn't you? Getting some resources from there. Netherlands do have a lot of power when it comes to the trade. I think the only one who's really one-upping you there is probably the British. To some degree the Spanish. Although, I'm pretty sure the Spanish were still pretty much in decline at that point because, you know, they had some turmoil going on. So the only one who really one-ups the Netherlands when it comes to fucking trade deals is the fucking English and the fucking Empire. What do you expect? You don't fuck with a fucking giant, basically 10 times your size, and not expect to get fucked. How you got fucked? Too much. Should have stayed neutral. Actually, I think if the Netherlands had dealt with as a bit more like, you know, the Swiss people have done, Switzerland, you probably could have actually taken a very comfy position for yourself. Because, you know, as I said, if there's one thing the Netherlands can actually provide, it's a lot of trade and a lot of resources coming in and out of it. Which is a boon for anyone. So, you know. I'm pretty sure you got fucked during World War II there, didn't you? Yeah, but in both cases it worked for the Switzerland. And they don't even have that much access to fucking nice ports with goods coming. See? The Chinese region is currently occupied. Presence is restricted, so please abide by the rules. Understood. But hey, what are the others who were invited doing? Already arrived. I'm just relaxing in their respective rooms. Alright. So, my clause is here too. Oh yes, he arrived some time ago. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be off. Need anything else, please contact the first floor waiting room. There she goes. Now then. When you changed the look that went unnoticed by Zin. Because they're just that good. Hey then, I want to go walk around the castle for a little bit. You'll be back in time for the party. Nice to be so young. I'm worn out after the tournament. No problem, have fun. I'm going to kick back and relax. This also luxurious room. You're probably going to plunder the fucking liquor bar, aren't you? Need to get as much done as we can before the party starts. First, Julia told us that we have to talk to the headmaid, Hilda. I like to say hello to the other invitees too. Likely now, most of them. We probably do. Yes. So the fact that Hitler was not really much of a... technically speaking, he was a diplomatic mess. But apparently, really didn't do well for our connections to the outside world. Wasn't much of a diplomat, let's just say. If I'm inviting to such a snazzy party, and I'm having to waiting in a room and the liquor bar is not full of all that said high class, I actually would be disappointed at that point. I do have a rather fine palate when it comes to liquor. Those people at the intelligence division up to take important documents without official permission. He was indeed. He was pretty much a catastrophe for our diplomatic corps because, well, he managed to ruin our reputation quite well in most of the world. Which really doesn't do us well. Look at that. People we know already. Yeah, sure, still, you made it. Quite a while. In Collins. Now we're invited to the banquet as well, sir. We just arrived today via airship from Rouen. Little Major Birdie told me you two won the tournament. Well, everyone else will be so happy to hear it. Yeah. Which meant that if you wanted to actually stay on German's good side, you had to tread very carefully. Basically like what the Switzer people did. Helping just enough to appease the ever-hungry German war machine and not staying too long to become uncomfortable, but also not staying too far away that you became suspicious. And if you act in some way suspicious, be sure that you appease afterwards. The Swiss really does that well, that whole appeasing thing. You have to grant it to them, they have actually brought neutrality to a basically master level. The Swiss gave Germany many things. They helped us weapons, they actually delivered any juice to us that they had stored away, you know. Let us cross the border sometimes, if need be, in order to do some things. So, you know, they appeased us very well during their time. But they never actually just did that to us. They also appeased the Italians quite a bit, they appeased the French quite a bit. Yeah, it's actually, I think this is actually the first time that the Swiss has taken such a direct approach. And such a hostile approach, honestly. Because normally, you know, the Swiss in its neutrality is steadfast, to put it mildly. I had no idea we'd be seeing you here. Ian Collins. Ian Collins is a member of the Royal Assembly, the man of great respect in Nibel. Only fitting he be given a seat at this banquet. With great respect, he says. You flatter me, Mayor. Oh, that's the Royal Assembly. It's a meeting held once per year to address matters affecting the kingdom. The Queen, mayors of every city, and other representatives all come together to try solving various problems of the state. Oh, sounds big. Especially in the monarchy, that sounds really big. All these guys have been invited here tonight too. No, I'd say only about half. Majesty is still ill, and General Morgan is away on official military business. And Major Delmo of Rouen was arrested in that nasty affair. Oh, Professor Russell is a bit too entrenched in too many unknowns right now. Can't know how true all of this talk is of the Royal Guardsmen being involved in some underground terrorist organization. It's hardly the time to be holding a feast at all, if you ask me. Well, I can use this chance to see where Duke Dunnan stands on all of these issues. I need his permission to have an audience with Her Majesty, regardless. Yes, the biggest issue here, without a doubt. Barring us from seeing Her Majesty is the height of idiocy and mismanagement. I'd like to pay my respects to Princess Claudia as well. It's the same story. It's Claudia's, the Queen's granddaughter, right? Does she live here in the castle? No, it's my understanding her actual residence is elsewhere. I'm told she's come to the capital as of a few days ago. She's here then. I'd really love to meet her. Wouldn't you? Sure you'll have a chance. If the Dean says so. Honestly, I would be holding a banquet now, under these circumstances. And for some why the Duke would allow this, a good taste at the least. Oh yes, were you able to meet with Chloe? Did you made some kind of promise to meet at the capital? I wasn't sure if you'd actually done so. No. Even the girl has yet to hear from her. And she would be at the capital by now, no? She should be. Still, though, it bothers me. We probably just dropped by to check on the orphanage before setting off for the capital, but even so. Yeah, strange isn't it? This is our room, isn't it? I probably lost my navigation. I'm so hungry. Usually by this time I've already in some bar, stuffing my face. Yeah, but not with food. No food ready yet. I'm literally salivating, thinking about this full course dinner. A man with simple tastes. Not necessarily a bad choice. Okay, empty room. Look at that! Another one we know. My Mabel. And Lila. Well, of course. Hello, little color. Ah, here at last. Kept wondering when you'd get here. I was practically counting the seconds. So you were invited here too. Anyways, waiting for us. How did you know we were coming? Here from Mayor Claus. Made about a pair of children who entered the tournament, won its championship, and were invited to a grand royal banquet in the castle. Right now, I would have cancelled my appointments and come to cheer you on. Begging your pardon, ma'am. That would have It's quite impossible, given the circumstances. Yes, I'm aware. I'm trying to be polite. Don't worry, I know how busy you must be. Sure, the Queen has no time to waste at the banquet, but with everything else going on. Stood dead and thinking. That captain was so stubborn about inviting me too. I had no real choice but to accept. I mean, Captain Amalthea. Yes, that's her. The words were polite enough. She gave me an evil eye while she spoke them. I dared not refuse her request. Yeah, that woman is pretty good at giving you the evil eye. I haven't heard from General Morgan in quite some time. Does that mean you haven't heard any word from the Harken Gate? The General's unavailable. It's the longest message I've been able to wring from them. It would seem he's busy with these anti-terrorist countermeasures, or what have you. I'd hoped he'd be in attendance at this banquet tonight. But I guess again pulled himself away. You think about all of this, Mayor? The mayors from every city in the same place at a time like this? Well, if the Queen were to be in attendance, I would expect some announcement of no small importance. But as it is, this feels like the Duke has too much time on his greasy, chubby hands. Letting his position of royal proxy go to his head. It sounds about right. There might still be some kind of official announcement, don't you think? Whatever may come of this night, the Grand Chef here is the best in all the kingdom. And to enjoy the dinner, pay my respects to Her Majesty, return to Bowser post haste. Fair point. Lieutenant is such a nuisance. When you came to Bowser before, he acted like a spoiled child. Received so many complaints from the citizens he angered. He's pretty good at that. Mistress has been looking forward to seeing you again. Please come visit her in Bowser again sometime soon. We will find the time. Can I go into the throne room? Okay. Well, not the most impressive one. I do actually like the simplicity of it. You know, bare bones. Still opulent. I mean, it has all the chandeliers and stuff, but I would expect a bit more in the way of, you know, decorations. Depending on what sort of royal court you enter. If I play Crusader Kings 3, at some point, my royal court, when I actually get one, is usually so chock full of shit in it, it's not even funny any longer. Like all of these artifacts. Look at all of the stuff I have. Okay, this leads up, I guess, to, yeah. The terrace garden. Having a garden on your roof, it's kinda a neat idea, honestly. Oh well, check that out. That must be the castle's garden terrace. I'd say so. I can see the whole lake from here. It overlooks the town too. Must be great for reconnaissance. Nice it is. We don't have time to stop and enjoy it. Got a job to do. We do. Our little sneakies. Also, actually, there's one more compliment I would like to give this game. You now see this nice little turbo mode. They actually implemented that pretty well. When it's fully released, will you be playing Bannerlord? Sure or not? I've played with it a bit in the past, and if it gets a full release inside it, actually enough that my interest gets spiked again, because it's one of the major problems of early access, basically. I already played my fill of that, and now I don't really feel the need to play it again. But if enough things added and it actually gets its full release, then yes, I probably will give it at least a one-off. And then the question is how it is with the multiplayer and other such things. Oh, must be the Royal Keep. Who are you? Hey, you do. Here's guests of the Duke. That's where Her Majesty lives. Of course it is. For the last few days, she hasn't been feeling so well. Not seeing anyone right now. But I'm wrong, we weren't even thinking of that. Just thought it would be amazing if she were to even take notice of us. Does Princess Claudia asleep here as well? No, it's just... Hey. Princess is focused on looking after Her Majesty. Neither of them has time to deal with the likes of you. Might inquire as to what's going on here. Madam, I didn't know you were back already. Then the party will be starting soon. I will be returning to the maid quarters. And who are our guests? They're from the team that won the martial arts competition. Only because of that victory did someone of a Bracer's social standing would even be invited here. Bracer's social standing? Such discourtesy. No one told those who were personally invited to the royal castle. No, that's not what... Invited by the Duke should be treated with all the respect due to those invited by Her Majesty. Sincerely hope you have not forgotten that. Understood. She's intense. She's the fucking head maid. She needs to be intense. I wonder who she is. The head maid. Pretty obvious. Madame, we can't just allow them to pass. Surely you understand the reasons that Colonel laid out. Yes, I'm quite tired of hearing them repeated to me. I am terribly sorry, sir and madam. The security has been heightened, and as such the royal keep and its surroundings are off limits. May I ask, would you mind waiting in your room until the dinner party begins? Alright. That's fine, we'll do as you ask. I apologize, we weren't trying to cause any trouble. Fine then, just don't let it happen again. I return to you. One looking's like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna shut up now, I'm just a soldier, I'm not getting paid well enough to do this. I apologize that you were subjected to such dreadful behavior. My name is Hilda. I'm the head maid of Gransel Castle, and oversee all of the housekeeping duties. You had a feeling. Yeah, the smart one. With my rudeness, but now I'm previously acquainted. Someone told us about you. And it's Julia's letter to Hilda. And now this handwriting. You see? We also have our brace emblems and identification with us. You see, please come with me to the maid's sitting room. We can discuss the matter further once we are there. Nice. I understand. You need to deliver Professor Russell's message to Her Majesty, correct? Right. If now is not a good time, we can try later, but... no, not an issue. Those special ops men have had the royal keep under constant surveillance for some time now. Only the Duke, the Colonel, and hired attendants such as myself are allowed in. It means that a private audience is probably a no-go. What do you think, Estelle? Would ask Hilda to relay the Professor's message to Her Majesty. I'd really rather speak to her face-to-face. There's just too many particulars we don't know, and we really need to discuss directly. Like what Duke Dunnan and Colonel Richard are after. I have a bit of an idea. I'd get you to return here once the dinner party is over. Why? There's sort of a way for us to see Her Majesty. I believe I have. Maybe difficult, but I think it's worth a try. I'm going to need some time to get ready, so can you come back after the dinner party? Awesome. Understood. We'll be back. I'll be waiting. Oh, about the party. Bringing the food is going to take some time, so please, bear with me. Sure. Having dinner. Pre-cooking is being done now. Please remain patient. It's not like I really have a choice. Each of our invited guests are currently relaxing in their rooms. Please wait a while longer, while the preparations are completed. Now, where the fuck did you put me, game? On the lower floor. Let's explore the rest of the higher floor and then see what comes of that, shall we? Ah. Murdoch, I thought you might be here. With my rural class individuals on the guest list, we had a feeling you might also be in attendance. I must say, never expected you two to win a tournament championship and end up hobnobbing in Gransel Castle. As it gets to be the bone, you are. Yes, they are indeed. Took more than an upbringing to get here. Lots of people helped along the way. It's been a few days. Have there been any developments? Well, right after you left for the capital, Captain Amasea from the Intelligence Division came knocking. She forced me to come to this banquet, but I kept my mouth shut about Leysen Fortress. Professor Russell and company are still on the run too. Army hasn't found him yet. The longer we keep this up, the less chance they have. It's really only a matter of time. I asked Captain Amasea if I could see Her Majesty and wish her well, but no luck. I was flat out refused. In other words, we definitely aren't gonna be able to do this the easy way. Sure aren't. But don't you worry, because we've totally got that covered. We will get the Professor's message to Her Majesty, one way or another. Yeah, let's beat down the fucking guys. Necessaries everywhere. We'll have to be more subtle in our movements. Now, if this were one of my New Game Pluses, I'd be level 50 and I'd be playing this fucking probably on easy. I'd actually be reasonably assured that we could beat them. But you know, really an option, I guess. Now then, time to finish our exploration of the castle. There's the Intelligence Division office. Authorized personnel only. Keep your distance unless you keep on getting arrested. Fine. You wanna be that asshole. Castle gate is currently sealed to help ensure security. Please feel free to walk around the castle for the time being. Sorry for any inconvenience, but nothing can be done. See, that guy at least was polite. He's aware where the fuck he is. So few people can't possibly finish all this work. All the other officials were sent away on vacation by the Duke and forcibly removed from the castle. This is the administrative room. This is where most of the actual ruling of Libel takes place. Her Majesty ill, we are taking orders from the Duke. That must suck ass. Quite literally. Because I can't imagine him giving any reasonable orders. The red problem around here is starting to get out of control. Can't stand rats either, so this really sucks for me. Main course is complete. Now dinner is ready, we'll make sure to everyone else. And until then, your patience is greatly appreciated. That chef is a real pro, specializing in imperial cuisine, over 1,000 dishes of it in fact. He's simply amazing. Well, sounds rather amazing. May I help you? I'm sorry to be rude, but I'm very busy right now preparing for the banquet. I just passed Duke Dunnan in the hall a moment ago. I hate how he just stares at people menacingly. So rude. Just between you and me, but he has enough servants, but he keeps trying to convince Mistress Hilda to hire on more. Don't know what end either, I'm sure. He's getting somewhat full of himself, isn't he? Dead. Oh, true. It's a safe restricted area. Suspicious individuals can and will be arrested on the spot, so watch yourselves. Guess I wouldn't go so far as to outright arrest me, because they probably know that I'm invited. But I'm not close to it. The entrance is firmly sealed. How firmly are we talking about? C4 resistant firmly or bless? Because I imagine I could probably do something about that. Heck, we have orbital arts, we probably don't even need fucking C4 for that. I guess we need to go back to our room, I'd imagine. I was right. Hey guys, talk about being late. The party's about to start, you know. Sorry, we got so caught up in the sightseeing that we lost track of time. So we also talked to all of the mayors. Well, aren't you well connected? Close friends with the mayor of Roland. Plus we met the other mayors in the course of our travels. I see. Guess your work as bracers has caused you to meet quite a few big shots. But you sure get around for junior bracers. Yeah, you might say that. Have you done any bracer assignments since we came to Brunsel? Yes, it's not all that different in other countries, right? Right, our full-fledged bracer nationality is an issue when it comes to your work. Prelim flights and legal procedures at the embassy kept me too busy to get any actual work done though. But hey, there are 4 other bracers on duty too, which isn't so bad. Normally that would be enough to handle most cases, I'd imagine. All of them concentrated in Brunsel must make it tough to handle any case in other regions. Yeah, it could be. I feel like a ghost just walked over my grave. Now what's going on with Shera back in Roland? Now that name rings a bell. You wouldn't happen to be talking about Sherazade, would you? You know her? She's a mentor. She's been a close friend for ages. Okay, makes sense. Met her a long time ago, when a case brought her to Calvert. He was fortunate to have a good master working with her from such a young age. Master? Yeah, probably that. Yeah, probably. Please pardon me. The table for the dinner party has been set. May I show you the way? Sure, just getting bored of her waiting anyhow. Right, wanna go and eat fancy? Sure, that fight left me starving. Let's go take it. Come on, you two. It would be nice if you two didn't completely forget your table manners for once. This is dinner party, right? What's with all the empty plates then? Plenty of knives and forks though. Because it's a formal dinner. Everything comes out at a specific order, starting with the fraise. And use the knives and forks from the outside in. That's all part of having good table manners. Here comes the anxiety attack. It's really not so bad. Does mean that you get to have some of the finest food available. And the etiquette are secondary. Indeed, indeed. I'm told that you're acquainted with everyone who will be attending. No need to get stressed out. I guess that's true. Please don't encourage, yeah. That note, is the gentleman accompanying you going to be okay with a knife and fork? Told that folks from the East usually eat with chopsticks. Done your research. However, I'm a firm believer in the "Any libel do as the liberians do" policy. Which is a pretty good policy when you think about it. I'm not especially skilled with them, but I will use a knife and fork. You know, using a knife and fork is not really difficult. It's not a skill you need to particularly take up. Well, elegantly handled. Impressed, as much a gentleman as you're a martial arts champion. You flatter me. Oh, he really is a complete sucker for a pretty face. She is, isn't he? He's more being polite than a leech, though. Anyway, that Grace is really late. I don't know what he's up to. Indeed. But the seat of head of the table is for the Duke, and who might that other one be for? Indeed. Perhaps it is intended for Princess Claudia. Your attention, ladies and gentlemen. My humblest apologies for the long delay. Oh boy, it's gonna be the Duke, isn't it? Presenting His Grace the Duke. It must really, really suck hard to be the butler to that guy. Well then, I must apologize for making you wait so. I'm afraid that it was in a meeting from which I simply could not break away. This gentleman is Colonel Richard, commanding officer of the Royal Intelligence Division. I've invited him here to thank him for his tireless efforts in helping to deal with the terrorist situation. It's a pleasure to meet you all. I was quite gratified to be invited to this occasion by our Honorable Duke. Hard well paid. It's more a thing of, you know, he's basically served the Duke since the Duke was a child, so he's basically staying on out of sentimentality, basically. Now, do imagine that, you know, being the head butler of a member of the royal family would mean he's probably getting a good payment. Probably good retirement money, too. Did the game just do this on its own? Because I was busy with my pipe, actually. But still, you know, Duke is many things, but he's really not leadership material, I'd say. At least not at the moment. I mean, maybe he can grow into it, but Jesus fucking Christ, if that guy takes control on a permanent basis, the whole kingdom is going to suffer for it. But that guy has not a fucking clue in the world what to fucking do with that. Are we kidding? Having dinner with him? Yes, we do. I suspect this might happen, but still unnerving. Excellent, excellent. What say you, Mayor Mabel? What do you think of Gransel Castle's Master Chef? I'm probably being well positioned, seeing you have been by his side his entire time. You also get a very good look at provincial and private matters. Probably. Is cooking not on par with that found in Bose's Antheros restaurant? Yes, that's quite remarkable. Wine selection also perfectly complements the meal. I almost want to try hiring him away. You're not the first to say such things. What of you? Zin, wasn't it? The food to your liking? Oh, it's excellent. I don't have the words to describe the sense of refinement and depth. I certainly believe I could develop a real taste for Liberian cuisine, though. Good, good. I'm glad to hear it. And you, young bracers, I imagine you've never experienced such fine food in your life before. It's extremely delicious. I'm more worthy of being associated with the royal family than the person who invited us. Indeed, it is a genuine treat. That's certainly delicious food, and we couldn't miss a chance to attend so prestigious an event as this. Thank you very much for your gracious invitation. Very kind of you to say. I do finally remember what my butler has been telling me about. What before, during the ruin incident. Perhaps our fates are linked in some bizarre fashion. Yes, sir. Maybe so. I'd forgotten all about us until his butler reminded him. Come, let us put social classes and ranks aside for the evening. Food is abundant and wine flows freely, so enjoy to your heart's content. Your Grace, if you could, I'd like to do as we discussed first. Ah, yes, that's a fine idea. Actually, I have something important to say to you fine folk who represent the kingdom. I use this celebration as the place to make an important announcement. An announcement? What might that be? I believe I will allow Colin Richard to explain in detail. Thank you. As you are no doubt already aware, Her Majesty has been in poor health of late. However, she has been recovering and may grace us with a public appearance soon. That's excellent news. Could we possibly go and check in on her? Unfortunately, she does not consider that to be a wise decision at the moment. Within a few days, it seems likely that the terrorists plaguing the kingdom will be swept away. In light of that, the Queen's birthday celebration will be held as originally planned. Our citizens will surely be happy to hear this news, as they have been looking forward to it. But surely, that is not all you wish to tell us. Right, if that were all, you could have just sent along a message. Indeed, you are correct. Her Majesty is continuing to recover, as we previously stated. However, given the gravity of her condition, she has also issued a proclamation. To Her Highness' health, she has stated that she wishes to abdict the throne and turn over royal authority to her nephew, Duke Denham. She most definitively has not stated that. I'm pretty sure this queen, like, you know, a certain queen of England that we all are very well acquainted over because she has been ruling the throne for fucking ages and decades, Would be like giving you a giant fuck you if you even gave the idea of taking the throne. What? Is this true? Yeah, sure, this is. The conspiracy finally makes its appearance. I was surprised when Her Majesty first broached this object as well. Her illness has left her quite frail. It's only natural. She has ruled the kingdom for 40 years, even through times of strife and war. All without a husband, might I add. With that, I wish to relieve her of the stress of her duties following the festival's successful conclusion. As the heir to the throne, decisions are mine to make. How terrible. Her Majesty's condition truly that severe. Shame that I've never noticed any signs in any of my annual visits. It's far too serious a matter to discuss at what is supposedly a casual dinner. Pardon my rudeness, but this all seems to stretch credulity. Well. You're saying that you cannot take his grace at his word. No, nothing of the sort. And you mean that, as an elected official, I don't understand why the successor to the throne can't be elected in the same fashion. That's true, but I'd like to hear that directly from Her Majesty. Your niece is quite understandable. But we do ask that you try to maintain your composure, then also to continue. Mentioned earlier, I believe Her Majesty will give a formal announcement herself during the festival. Would you be persuaded to shelve your doubts until then? Well, the issue is basically this. Once this becomes common knowledge, I cannot know how the citizens will react. That's why we're telling the leaders first, to help stave off any chaos or public disorder before it happens. This is also the decision of His Grace. Well, yes, this is true. Also, the Queen's abdication of the throne will have international repercussions. Yeah, pretty much. That's a fucking major thing to do. The nations on the continent will have their eyes on us. We must be watchful for any actions on the part of the Erebonians. Surely you can see why it is necessary to show unified support for the new king. That's the world in which we are going to be living. That makes it all sound so rational. Yeah, he's quite the master manipulator. He is, isn't he? As words, the official decree will be given during the birthday celebrations. But you thought it would be best to inform us first so we can be prepared for any issues that may arise, correct? I'm glad to see that we have an understanding. If it all comes to pass, we're going to find ourselves quite busy. Yes, and we'll have to announce it to the citizens. I have a question. I believe that the Duke has a fair claim to the throne. However, is there not another who also has the same right of succession? Well, I hope you're referring to Her Majesty's granddaughter, Princess Claudia. It's true that she and His Grace have an equal claim to the throne. It would appear that Her Majesty did not choose her due to her tender age. I must say I agree with her wisdom in this matter. Should hardly like to impose such responsibility upon a girl so young. Yes, absolutely. For the time being, I believe it would be best for Claudia to find a fine marriage prospect. Though it is strictly informal, there's already interest from the royal families of a number of other nations. Perhaps a royal wedding could take place as soon as this year. Oh my. I understand. If that happens, then we'll have two major events and to celebrate. Yeah, celebrate is a word. Also, I think she's a bit young for marriage. Excuse me, may I ask a question? Never mind, be greedy. Sorry to seem rude, but it doesn't sound like the kind of conversation you'd want outsiders hearing. Particularly a foreigner. How come you're making this announcement now? It's solely because of the serendipitous turn of events that allowed Bracers to win the championship. We had wanted to inform the guild of this in advance as well. We've already discussed the idea with Her Majesty. Gotcha. Yes, Libels, military, and Bracers aren't just as good of terms as the stories say. Well, that's because we lack the military strength of the Empire or the Republic. Harsh reality is that keeping close relations with each other is a must. In the event, do you now understand our intentions? Yeah, alright. Based on what we've learned here to the guild then. Aha. Sounds like a bad idea, doesn't it? Man, I've had some pretty unbelievable conversations in my time, but that was something else. I mean, I'm a foreigner after all. That's not a big of a deal for me. That was huge news for you guys, though. Of course it was. I can't believe things have gone this far already. Never mind. Estelle, you're really not good at keeping, a poker face. Really, what a shame. It was so amazing. It practically melted in the mouth. Can't tell what that last flavor was, though. Understandable enough. Anyway, you want to go for a walk to work off some of that rich food, Estelle? Huh? Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, I could go for a little bit of fresh air. I played tourist a little while ago. Don't you want to take an after-dinner walk? Sure, don't get it. Must be a local thing. I think you're exaggerating a little bit. I'm going out to take in the sights. There's a lot of historic architecture around here, The mood hits me. I might still give it a shot. As I enter the kitchen, I still have some food left over. Gotta be kidding. You're still hungry? I had a blade to my throat, my dying wish would be for some liquor and a snack. Fair point. I'd also ask for liquor. And my pipe. Might go and hunt up a bar or something in a little bit. The food was amazing. The conversation and flow of wine were much lesser. But excuse me, I may have some lost drinking time to make up for. Fair point. Things have gone serious. Really have to find a way to get in to see Her Majesty. First things first, go talk to the headmaid Hilda, like we promised. Probably knows a way for us to speak directly to the Queen. Fine by me. Yes, but before that we're going to talk to the people again, because that's just how we are. Seems the castle blueprints are missing too. What do they need with those? That should be major concern if the fucking blueprints of the castle are not there. The Colonel's points are all very logical and rational. I believe it would be best to get the particulars from Her Majesty and Her Highness the Princess directly. Would be a lot more pleasant, wouldn't it be? Can't believe the Queen's sovereignty is considering abdication. Princess Claudia's choosing husband at her age. Events unfolding so quickly, hardly have time to react. Yeah, that's a lot of fucking mayor news dropped in your lap. What a shock this banquet has been. Rick Dunn and his official successor to the throne. Many people bring on the migraine instead. I was about to say nightmare, because I think that would be a lot more fitting. It was a banquet to remember. Now my mistress has yet another worry to wrinkle her brow. Don't be all. Oh, it's you. Great. Cousin Richard. Yeah, Stan Joshua. The first opportunity to truly speak face to face, I believe. Last time we saw one another was right after Mayor Delmore was arrested, wasn't it? I'm mostly surprised that you remember us. I realized that we exchanged few words, but you made quite an impression on me. My curiosity was piqued, so I did a bit of checking up on you. Quite surprised to learn that you were the children of Colonel Cassius. Hard to find that out. Please understand, I'm not trying to show off the Intelligence Division's capabilities. Greatly indebted to him from our time together in the army. Indeed, more than words can properly express. Might persuade you to stay while I talk. I'm hoping to speak with you for some time now. Pardon me, Colonel. Why don't you have a meeting with Her Grace? Am I being a bit late? Ah yes, if we're going to talk, why don't we use the lounge inside? I'll mix you up a couple of virgin cocktails. I'll prepare them, sir. No, that won't be necessary. I need to go to His Grace and inform him that I'll be delayed. Yes, sir. Pardon me, then. She's not pleased. She's really not pleased. Now then, shall we retire to the lounge? Please, follow me. Sure, what should we do? I don't see where we have much choice but to follow him. We'll be a little late, and we can talk to the headman later. Yeah, quite literally, it would be kinda rude of us to just run away now. Also a bit suspicious. I met Cassius shortly after I graduated from the military academy. I was assigned to a mobile unit that was under his command. Since that time I found myself in his debt again and again, both personally and professionally. He did. What did you think of him at the time? Put it simply, he was a hero. A master swordsman to boot. But at this scenario, he could find a way to handle any number of battlefronts in every direction. It wasn't just a matter of sheer tactics, he understood and could direct high-level strategy as well. Quite simply, he was a man without peer. Didn't know better, I'd say we were talking about two different people. I were with our father during the 100 Days War. Yes, he was my CEO. Even now I can still vividly remember the excitement that filled me as we executed his plan that turned the war's tide. Anytime I get to talking about those days, time just runs away with me. This much I can tell you. Cassius Bride had not been part of the Royal Army, the Bell would now be part of the Erebonian Empire. No way. It's kinda hard to believe. As a hero, he had a knack for doing unbelievable things. Left the army immediately after the war, declining even a medal from the Queen. So few know of his achievements. Inside the army, many soldiers still hold him up as a prime example of what a hero should be. Never said one word about any of this to me. That's not really the kind of thing you tell your daughter about. It's not fair to criticize him for that. Hey, whose side are you on? Besides, why doesn't any of this shock you like it shocks me? You already know about all of this or something? Well, I didn't know that he was Colonel Richard's superior officer. Rest I knew about vaguely. Vaguely? An accomplice? Hey, calm down. Not like he told me any of it, I just figured a lot of it out. He told me he didn't feel it was something worth going on out of his way telling others about. I mean, fair point. Just don't get it. Comes back, he's so in trouble. Oh, please excuse us. We didn't mean to interrupt. Oh no, saying you like this is actually a bit of a relief. Found out that your father was intending to leave the military. I desperately tried to stop him. Seems that believing he did what was best for himself after all. By losing his dear wife, maybe being with you was all that could help him recover. Now then, thank you for taking the time to come here. Really can't keep the Duke waiting, so I'm afraid you'll have to excuse me. Oh, alright. Apologies for making you so late. Not at all. The boss have told me the one thing I wanted most to know. Thus I have no regrets. How's that again? I'm sure we'll have a chance to speak again soon. It's just believe me with us then, or share in the stories. Doubt it. I doubt it very much. Because I kinda wanna get you in prison. Okay. What's that man? What has he done with Colonel Richard? What are you babbling about now? I just said it's weird to hear him talking about that way. I wasn't expecting him to be so, well, nice. True, he doesn't seem all that villainous anyway. So it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that he's got something up his sleeve. Now we should probably put the issue off the other side. Yeah, I guess you're right. Way to say it. I think that he might have been playing nice just because he could get something out of it. He's an intelligence officer. He probably thinks that fooling a couple of kids is as easy as could be. Do you think that's going a little too far? You might be right. Maybe we're the one who's mistrustful of others. You should just follow your instincts and believe whatever you think is right. Just make sure you're prepared for anything. Don't let your guard down. I'd say Bracer's job is pretty much dead, in fact. Okay, I got it. I'll keep it in mind. Thank you. What the heck are you thanking me for? Anyway, we need to go back to T-Hilda. She's probably sick of waiting for us. Yeah, she should be in the maid quarters. Indeed. Time to sneak in and up. Like an after dinner drink. I can make you anything you'd like, on or off the menu. Start mixing drinks, man. He's like, can make anything you want. And then you get nothing. Okay, since we know where we go, we'll just take a quick walk around and talk to the people again. Like these guns. Around the world keepers of limits. No one is to be admitted. Well, fair point, fair point. We knew it. But you know, doesn't hurt to ask again now, does it? Not many people around here. Quite empty, actually. Which is understandable because basically the intelligence division has kicked out most of the personnel that usually would be working here, so I guess the rooms would be a lot more empty. Currently an important meeting being held in the throne room. You are hoping to look around, I'm afraid you'll have to try again later. Okay, if you say so. Another long work day. I know that feeling. Now the Duke was Her Majesty's representative. The intelligence division was pretty much calling all the shots. When Richard went around, shuddered to think what might have been. Don't we all? Because putting the Duke in charge was probably not the wise idea, to put it fucking mildly. Authorized only, yes. What a bummer. Can't just randomly sneak in and kill them. And be careful how I store the food, so these damn rats don't get it in it. Reminds me, the rats really like cheese, or is that just a myth? I'm pretty sure they like most foodstuffs. Hello. Enjoy my cuisine. Yes. Not the company though. I just want to clean up and get back home. Fair point. I would like that too. Is a restricted area. Suspicious in this cannon will be arrested on the spot. Try arresting me. I'll beat you with my staff. Actually, at what level are we? Early 30s. I'm pretty sure we're strong enough to beat a few special ops guys. Finished at last. Now to get my cleaning supplies cleaned up and get home. Home is where the lack of cleaning is. Quits, so starts cleaning again. This is my life now. It's just between you and me, but cleaning up after the Duke's meals is revolting. It's hard to believe that He, the queen, and the princess are related. Surprisingly sometimes, isn't it? And Roger is such an amazing man. Pearls before the swine, that is Duke Dannon. People here really don't like the Duke, do they? I mean, I get it, but still. A bit, forthcoming with their opinion, aren't they? Let me stretch for a second. So. Yeah, there you are. I've been waiting for you. You're awfully late, aren't you? Sorry about that. I kinda got caught up by little Richard. But you know, he had some things to tell us about our dad. I don't think he has any idea what we're up to, though. I see. Ah, yes, the letter of introduction did mention that you were Mr. Cassius' children. I understand. He's Summerfolk, Colonel Richard Fields. Oh, you know that too. He used to come here when he worked as General Morgan's aide de camp. I'm told that he was a school friend of the late Princess, Her Majesty's son. Late Prince? Princess Claudia's father. Yes. He was killed 15 years ago in a tragic shipwreck. Would that he were still alive today, none of this would be happening. Lamenting what might have been is a fool's errand. Evening's fast approaching. We must make our preparations at once. Come on in, Gia. Hello again, little mate. Oh yeah, and you... You're right. Yes, thank you for remembering. You look well. I have been told of your current predicament. You won't find a more dependable child. He's a great help to us whenever the princess is in the castle. Princess Claudia. It shouldn't pose a problem. Thank you. If you're ready, you should go change into your uniforms. The ribbons and the headpiece are tricky, so I'll adjust them for you. What do you mean? Just going to need to dress as one of the maids in order to get into the royal keep. Well, playing with the hair and you'll blend right in. I get it. If you don't allow for much in the way of personalization, should be ideal for sneaking in. Me in a maid's outfit. I've been waiting to try one since we first met Liga. Cute, breezy, and easy to move in. Well, your uniforms weren't easy to move in. It'd make the cleaning much more difficult. I thought so. Let's get this sucker on me. I'm so excited. You're in high spirits, but you need to remember your manners in front of the queen. Don't have me to lean on this time. Why not? Then you too, aren't you? Pardon? I mean, he did play the princess during the play at the campus festival. Is there really that much of a difference between the fancy dress and the maid outfit? It's different. It was a play. And the people of Her Majesty in women's clothes. Oh, you'll be fine. It's not at all shameful or anything. Let's get such a joyous princess. I remember that actually. Do this again. Cut the jokes, will you? Ah, sure. Help me out here. Say something. Anyone? I see. I shouldn't pose a problem. Sure, don't you have that extra hairpiece designed for the princess? Yes, it's never been used though. Yes, that full dark hair, so it will probably look good on him. Hey, hold on a second. Ah, looks like it's 3-1 vote. Majority rules. So please, I can use this as a change bro. Minute, I remember agreeing to changing. He gets immediately kidnapped. Alright, if I have to change I can do it myself. Yeah, you're not planning on using makeup too, are you? Kids these days. Yeah, I know that feeling too. Oh my. Ta-da! Hey, what do you think? I think it suits her very well. Quite active, maid in training. After only just come to the castle too. Yeah, certainly have me convinced. If they are done like that, no one will be any deviser. Perhaps you'd like to work at Granster Castle for real when this is all settled. Oh, we are work as bracers, so anyway. Come on, Yasha, get out here. The trains I can talk you out of this. Not at all. Just making this take longer. Fine. Yeah, possible sometimes. He gets little sparkly bits. Oh, Joshua. You have to suffer a great deal for this. And that of ours. Oh, it's almost frightening how good that looks. Isn't it awesome? Better on him than it does on me. I'm an actual girl. A bit of makeup can make all the difference in the world. Please, just say you're done. Well, I suppose so. I'll show you the way to the royal keep. Need to make certain you watch me and learn how a maid handles herself. Yes, ma'am. I'm finally going to meet the queen in person. Yes. This is the do-or-die moment. You just have to stay focused and get to the royal keep. It's hard to take you seriously in that outfit. Well, excuse me. Well, excuse me fucking indeed. It's your idea. Can't believe you've got the nerve to pick on. Oh, sure. I'll get on that. I'll treat you to some ice cream later, okay? Yo, it's a little Terry. Hello there. Not like you. I'm obsessed with food. Hey, I'm not obsessed with food. Get along so well, don't they? Out of time. Let's go to the Royal Keep. Look at that. I'm the headmate now. I'm the headmate now. I'll have taken over. Take that. I've come a long way. It was always my dream to be the headmate. What about Hilda? What do you need from us? The Intelligence Division office. Please. It's best if you keep your distance. How are you, little Terry? Are you looking forward? Actually, were you around when I announced the schedule for today? So fast. I can go even faster because I have a turbo button! You weren't. Okay, so, putting it very, very easily peasily, just get the fuck out of this shit. Question more. Why would you do that, little groans? And the basic schedule is basically we're gonna play this year a little bit of Trails in the Sky for a bit. Or like, 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. Then I'm gonna take a break, make myself something nice to eat because I have some meat in the fridge. And then, once that is done, I'll come back and we'll play some WoW in the evening. For another 3 hours or so, depending a bit. Hilda, I want to talk to you about Her Majesty's diet. I can't right now. I'm in the middle of several things at once. Later though, we must sit down and talk. If you'd be so kind. Very different perspective than being the head maid. Oh well, Madam Hilda, what are you doing here? Yes, the area is restricted. No civilians are out. You have no official business, it's best be on your way. Good not. Oh. That sucks. Like shit, I have to get up and go to work, and it's like, ah shit, it's now fucking later though. It's annoying. Yeah, sure. Skin is almost as soft as a woman's. And it's absolutely perfect for makeup. I'm actually kind of jealous. Yoshi's like, yeah, my life is pain. This could be an important meeting we held in the wrong room. I apologize, but you have to wait before you get into. Madam Hilda, what brings you here this hour? Poor Sitter's like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, so you're probably like, okay, I close, and Sitter's like, what? Why? It's not time yet. Hilda, what a long time it's been. I mean, you look simply exhausted. Oh, there's no hiding anything from you. I had some pressing business to finish before I left Bowser, so I haven't yet slept. We'll do it all. There's some incense sent to you right away. Good stuff that should have you out in no time. But if you just got summoned from the east only a very short while ago. Thank you for your kindness. Bites communicate without words, they don't need to. Oh, private visit from Mistress Hilda herself. Any maid inspection, is it? Alright then. Yes. The trainee mage. We are. What's this? Magnificent architecture. Fantastic design. The castle's not bad either. Guess I think I shall have to request a room cleaning post-haste. Scared the living shit out of some poor guy, eh? Power walking. Power walking indeed. Whoop. 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 The poor lady. Oh boy. Probably not good for her heart. Where's the guy serving the drinks? I'm an adult now, I want some drinks. Fine, no drinks for me. Ah, your wife grandmother's probably like, what the fuck is wrong? Why me? Why on this fine day? Let me pass now, peasants. I'm on a mission. Oh, 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 oh. Ah, ouch. Hello. What business do we have with Her Majesty at this hour? Need some tea and spoons at her request. Current situation means that Her Majesty is denied the right to even go out about her daily life as she wishes, after all. Such harsh words. These maids with you, not recognize them. Grace ordered me to hire on some additional staff to help. Only just arrived at the castle today. Really now? Hey, you're pretty cute. Thank you. Those. I get a feeling we've met before. Just heard that every young lady you see. I hope you're not thinking any untoward thoughts. I rather think that His Grace and the Colonel would disapprove. Hey, it's not like that. The elite of the Royal Army, we wouldn't do that. All's well then. Now, will you please allow us to pass? Pardon us, ladies. Please go ahead. Hey, fools. Fools! It was intense. Isla, you're a lifesaver. Yeah, that was really well done. Glad I could help. Now then, I plan to change your clothes before going to see Your Majesty. If you prefer, I can just show you the way now. Yeah, I think I'm okay, sis. Boy, closes. Now. Pretty understandable. First time meeting the Queen, you'd probably want to present yourself in a, normal attire. For the love of... I was so self-conscious. What was wrong with that, with what you had on? It's not an issue of self-consciousness. By the way, Hilda, is this room what I think it is? Yes, it is Princess Claudia's bedroom. But she rarely sleeps in the castle. The room is all but unused. No kidding. Great that the princess was tending to the Queen. Yes, that just goes up then. You'd have to ask Her Majesty for the full details. The room is on the second floor of the Royal Keep. I'll take you there. Back in control again. Yeah, I'm assuming this is the first floor. Go up to the second floor. Welcome back, little Terry. The music is great in this game. I like it. Very much so. Knock knock. Beg your pardon, Your Majesty. Brought the two I spoke of before. This is Joshua and Estelle. Thank you kindly. I will meet enter. As you wish. I'll wait for you here. To go on in. Alright. Partners. Partners in each. Oh. Over that. It's your queen. The Queenie. Hey, bid you welcome. My name is Alicia von Horslese. I'm the 25th monarch of the nation of Liberco. Oh, indeed. Quite the actually long line when you think about it. I'm a junior bracer of the Bracer Guild. I'm your right. The same affiliation. It's a great honor to meet you, Your Majesty. Said Joshua. I've truly been looking forward to meeting you both. I'm glad that I cannot offer you proper hospitality, but I've prepared some tea. Please, have someone relax. Personally prepared by the Queen, eh? That's neat. I see. So Professor Russell asked you to bring this information. Pitch black augment, capable of negating all other orbital energies. You say that the Colonel has acquired it. Professor told us that you might have some idea what he intends to do with it, Your Majesty. Can you tell us anything? I have but a vague idea. But I did not think that the Colonel even knew of it. Perhaps I'm worrying about nothing, but even so. Excuse me, what is this vague idea you have? I've got to watch a video on how to become level 20 the fastest way possible. If you really want to do it fast, little Terry, if you want to spend some money, here at Zygos Guide is still pretty good. If you want to have the most efficient way, or just look up at the guides. Where were those? I don't know, I don't have anyone really, but there's still some guides for classic leveling around, so, I don't know, with step-by-step guiding in your hand. You can probably use those. But yeah, you go ahead and start leveling. You better do it quick, boy. I'll be playing that later, and I want to see some progress. Whips, little Terry. Whip, 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 whip. Suppose there's no harm telling you. Roughly 10 years ago, a massive orbital reaction was detected beneath Grand Cell. Professor Russell was the individual who came to investigate. This happened in the vicinity of the sewers. No, far deeper underground than that, in fact. Professor Russell was under the impression that it might be a relic of the ancients that still functioned. Yeah, it was a bona fide artifact then. Most artifacts now have lost their function, like the mechanisms on top of the towers. Every now and again you find one that still functions, like Adelmore's family heirloom. Something like that is beneath Grand Cell. What does that tell us about the gospel? Maybe it could be used to halt the artifact's functions? Could it do that? Yes, but we were unable to establish the nature of the artifact, or indeed why it was buried beneath the city. But it is beyond my imaginings of how the Colonel could know of its existence. Professor Russell's research on it was kept strictly confidential and off the record. I see. In any event, it seems likely that trouble is on the way. Honestly, I start to think maybe the Colonel might be a slightly nicer guy than we were giving him credit for. When someone's trying to stir up some trouble, that's when his bracers come in. Don't let him get away with whatever evil scheme he's trying to pull off. Expect no less from Cassius' daughter. Acquainted with her father, Your Majesty. He was a friend of my late son's, and a great savior to the nation. And after he retired from the army, he would sometimes undertake requests for me. Really? You know that. Imagine that there are a great many things about him that you do not know, including the precise role he played in the war 10 years ago. I assume you have not been told? Well, nothing super detailed. Perhaps then it is the role that I meant to play. Then Joshua, can you indulge me by listening to an old story? Oh, yes, absolutely. I mean, it's not like really can you choose the Queen of Galactic. I don't want to listen to old people talk all day. There's no indulgence, Your Majesty. Yes. Let's start the story. History time. 10 years ago, in the spring, I was still young, beautiful. Or so she claims. The tragedy occurred in the southern reaches of the Erebonian Empire. Its cause is yet unknown, so that it is something I must omit. The Empire used that event as a pretext for their invasion of Libelle. So begin the sad times that would become known as the 100 Days War. Look at those tanks, aren't they cute? They look ridiculous, because they have a little pyramid as a turret, but kinda cute. Kinda cute indeed. Just as the Empire made its declaration of war, a massive military force breached the Harkon Gate. At what seemed like scant moments, all of Libelle became occupied territory, save for Uranzo. Except that the invasion force was 3 times the size of the entire Royal Army. The reinforcements from Calvert were too late to stop their advance. It was but a matter of time before Branson II would fall. I need something to drink. Better. But no, horrible. 2 months after the outbreak of hostilities, the war changed in a way that none could have imagined. Patrol airships had just been developed. They used to recapture Libelle's checkpoints, severing the Imperial Army's communications. The Royal Army then set about recapturing the major regions one by one, using ships launched from Leiston Fortress. Ice, Ruan, Bose, Roland. The supply line severed, the Eronian forces occupying each region were swiftly crushed. Using new tactics, eh? The one behind this plan for a counter-offensive was none other than one Colonel Cassius Bright. Their father, who was General Morgan's right-hand man at the time, was Colonel Richard's superior officer. Afterwards, with the intercession of the Bracer Guild and the Septian Church, the war was brought to an end. It was at this time that Cassius lost what he treasured most in all the world. Leader. Your mother, still. That clock tower was destroyed in the Imperial Army's vain attempts to hold back the counter-offensive. For Lord, I'm sure you know. Cassius was not even able to be by his wife's side in her final moments. That's saddening, but kinda how war sometimes goes. Wars are not really nice things to have. For what reason? I have no idea. I believe that the military operation that he himself had planned effectively caused her death. That's the past stretch. Well, blaming himself, he left the military and took up the path of the Bracer. Or to stay with the only one he had left. You. This time he swore he would be able to protect those he loved. Kinda neat, actually. At least he found some reason to get going, and kept going after all of that nonsense. You know? It wasn't his fault that one night. Yeah, I'd say so. I'd even think that. Yes, you are correct. Given that all he lost was in service to this country, the responsibility, language difficult, falls upon me. So I'm sorry still, I failed to protect your mother. That's really not your responsibility though, it's actually the Erebonians' responsibility. We could go over there and kick their asses a bit. I'm pretty sure a certain character from another Trails game would have a problem with that. I wish to apologize to you for a long time. You don't need to apologize. I've protected the peace of this country ever since the war ended. Peace the dead and all the other soldiers who defended Libelle, the war fought so hard to protect. The peace that Mom gave her life for, so I could live in it. Nothing to be sorry for. Still, you have a kind heart, and I'm grateful. It's my heart to have finally met you in person. Now, more than ever. However, that is why. That is why I do not wish you to put yourself in danger. I'd like for you to remove yourself from any dealings with this matter. What? Julia, I mean Lieutenant Joards, asked us to help you. Yeah, they did. Thank you. Grateful for your willingness to do so. If tragedy were to befall you in Cassius' absence, I offer no apology that could ever suffice. I ask only that you go back to your home and roll and wait for your father to return. Nope. Well, may, Your Majesty. The peace that dead restored and that you protect, but has held firm, now trembles like a leaf in the breeze. If the Conon is able to use the gospel for whatever purpose he intends, if he succeeds in making the Duke the new king of Libel, what will become of that peace? I ask only that you consider that. Your Majesty, right when we became junior bracers, we inherited a whole lot of work from Dad. Skybanet incident, we got that letter and the package, and we've been running all around creation ever since. True. Pilster's Dad's been nudging us in the back this whole time. I want to defend peace. Everyone we've met, everyone we care about, and go living secure and happy lives. Grand goal, actually, that you set for yourself there. Just like you, just like Mom and Dad. I'm doing this because it's what I believe is right. I really want to see it through. Seems she was right about you. I too am ready. I would like for the two of you to carry my request to the Gracer build. Jesus, well, that's gonna be fun. Leash, we will do whatever you ask. I really wish my vassals and fucking Crusader Kings would be just that nice, just going like, yes, my liege, we'll do whatever the fuck you ask. Just, you know, just because we can. No, they have to be little cunts about it every single bloody time. My request is for the Bracer Guild to rescue those being held captive by the Intelligence Division. Amongst them is my granddaughter, Claudia. Ah, Princess is being held captive somewhere. Yes. This coup d'etat started when I backed her as the successor to the throne. Otherwise, Duke Denon was out of the running. Yes, though he's my nephew, he's possessed of a considerable number of character flaws. Brief where he's lacking, my granddaughter shines. For the sake of this nation's future, I would have my granddaughter succeed me. Well, I don't actually know her. More of a old blade thing than the Crusader Kings. Play Crusader Kings for a bit. Just, you know, try to do anything, like, you do one thing, yeah? You know, you're just a fucking foreigner. You come from Germanic and they are Franco, and they're already going to hate you for that. They're gonna start planning to murder you and your family. Ugh, it's such a pain in the ass. Just do what I tell you, give me your troops when I need them, and stop being a bitch about it and pay your taxes. Oh, those fucking assholes. I personally endure the idea that your judgment should really be trusted here. But the era always be those who object strongly to a woman wielding political power. I mean, I'll look over at the British and go like, you had a fucking queen for fucking decades. That's gotta be much of a problem now, was it? Not to mention, the memory of the invasion by a larger power is still relatively fresh. These random and there's no liability to you. You get them to like you, not leaving them, or trading them. Well, true enough. Then will perceive a succession of 2 consecutive queens to be a sign of weakness. It's hardly surprising that such a notion has taken root in the minds of some, including Colonel Richard, I presume. Right. Claudia's pending succession to the throne caught him quite unawares. That, along with his passing of these information to the Duke, is what led to this coup. All staged so that Libel would become a strong military power, which the Colonel ruling from the shadows. That's a fucking small nation, it will not become a fucking powerhouse, it will get stomped on if it tries. Yeah. Yeah, welcome back, Lord Harry. See, finally let's see the whole picture. If Libel became a militarized country, what would happen then? Oh, great many things. Taxes would be levied to fill the war chest. Time for today again. We're gonna play this for 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. So from this point on, like, you know, another hour or so. And then I'll take a break for making some food. I have some meat in the fridge that I kind of would like to make myself nice. And then we'll play some WoW. Basically in the evening. Into the night for a bit. Our revenue would be developed with the express intent of causing havoc on a massive scale. Wide-ranging policy of conscription would be adopted. Contracting Jäger Corps would be made legal, which is not the case at present. Oh no. Indeed, the Conan has made very adamant requests that I enact such policies. But such proposals were born out of genuine love for his country. And I never agreed that they were the right course of action to take. Our army is not all that protects this land. I've worked hard to maintain treaties with other countries. Defending a nation goes hand in hand with free cultural exchange and trade with all other nations, to the benefit of all. Yeah, you start with some non-aggression pact and some trade and things go. Returning family to become a free country and become a power as a small nation, and losing it all to some French guy because your king is old of the entire nation. Yeah, how it happens sometimes. It can't all be good. Feel the same way, Your Majesty. Yeah, makes sense to me. One will never find such notions to be womanly and foolishly idealistic. So he demanded that I abdicate the throne in exchange for Claudia's safe return. That's blackmail. Many people have had family members taken to ensure that they would not dare to oppose the colonel. I'm the queen. I will not allow all that I love about my country to be destroyed, simply because of blood ties. Still, she is my only granddaughter. I will simply allow her to die. Your Majesty, please try 2 legs. May I hear and comply with your request. See to it that the princess is rescued from those who imprisoned her. Thank you, both of you. That reassurance, I will do all I can to oppose the colonel's demands. I have any other requests, Your Majesty? Gospel still has to be dealt with. I don't think we should just leave you here. I appreciate your sentiment. The present state of affairs is not contingent upon my freedom or imprisonment. Gospel shall continue to weigh heavily on my mind, for a great many reasons. For my part, I shall attempt to ascertain the colonel's true intentions with it. He was a coward, and then came back. Totally awesome person. Super nice, but with a seriously strong will. Hope I'm 1/10 that's cool when I get old. Cool, but you actually just called a queen that. I mean, why not? Yeah, given he has what it takes to govern a whole country. And she's probably been doing it for like 40 years, so she had some time to learn the ropes. I want to stop this goofy helper. Only outside of Bracer jurisdiction. First things first, we do whatever we can. Right. You know, I'm still freaking out about what the queen told us about that. If she's got any more tidbits she'd be willing to share. Maybe? Are you finished changing? Oh yeah. We're back in the mighty uniforms. Should return to the waiting room at once. Already after 11 o'clock. Gee, it's almost midnight. Oh, it's really that late? Queen spoke with us for a long time. Stay any longer, it's up to make the guards suspicious. And so, we sneak out again. We have fulfilled our duties though. Well, Jesus. I have something in my eye, and it's fucking annoying me. Jesus. Go home for the day, Miss Hilda. Yes, I believe so. But be sure not to do Her Majesty any further discourtesy. That's not fair. Please relax. We are patriots to the core. That's good to hear. I believe that we shall be on our way. Pardon me. By your leave. By the way, ladies. I don't think we ever got your names. Maybe ask them. Did. Evelina. My, isn't it a lovely name? There's a pleasant ring to it. Yeah, thank you very much. How about you, miss? You may call me Karen. Karen, you say? That's a very pretty name. Good to kind, sir. I was fond of it myself. Ah, you know. Alright. Of these bishops. My name is... I think that's about enough. I sense an ulterior motive at work. No, I mean, at least not from us. Yeah. Please be safe on your way home. Poor guys. They just tried to be nice, basically, for once. Like, you know, okay, we had a bad start, you know, bad first impression. We kind of want to make do, you know, do things properly. Maybe get late later on. And they get absolutely cock-blocked by the headmate. Understandable, though. I don't think the headmate wants to, you know, take any risk. One of our poor little ladies gets any strange ideas. Yeah. That seems to popularity. Days all changed when you told them your name. Hey, that was not. I didn't see you shying away from joining in the conversation. Oh, but it doesn't mean I was nervous. I lost all of my confidence there. Hey. What's all this noise about? Oh great, the bestest friend. Oh, Duke Denon. Lady of the Court. Hey, you mates. That look familiar. These are two of the new hires, whom I'm instructing. This is Lena and that's Karen. They're quite inexperienced, I'm giving them some extra training time. Can he recognize us? Not good. Given how many times we've run into him, it might be bizarre if he didn't recognize us. Enough, Philip. Enough of the staring. It's quite unusual to see coming from you. Stiff upper lip and all. Please pardon my rudeness. I look much like my niece. My eyes were playing tricks on me, it seems. I'm dreadfully sorry for the discourtesy. No, that's no bother. Please don't concern yourself. And now that I stop and look, I must say that you both are quite lovely. Oh, with the brown hair, you have a very healthy, clean look to you. I personally think you'd look best with that raven hair of yours even longer. I'm honored. Ah, yes. He never said much. You shall attend to me this evening. Your Grace. Ew, I don't want to serve him tea. I think tea's what he once served. Your Grace, your flirtations, while flattering, are best saved for another time and place. The maids in the castle work directly in service to Her Majesty, Queen Alicia. I trust you've not forgotten. And now, some folks simply can't appreciate a joke. Castle will be mine in a week's time anyway. And set aside some time for fun then. Grace, please, no more of this. I don't mind when you drink to excess, but you know how your libido gets in such instances. Say this knowing full well that I may be reprimanded for... I said I was just joking. Enough, I'm going to bed. So wish, Your Grace. Room is right over there. Yeah, joking. Ah, alright, Nina. Just let me know if you have any problems, anything at all. I'll give you the best advice the future king can give. No, please, not. Don't. Thank you very much. Ah, aren't you good? Yes, good. I'll finally rid of him. What a guy to have around, isn't he? Pleasant indeed. I apologize unreservedly for all the fuss. You will likely remember nothing of this come the morning. Please, set your minds at ease. I should certainly hope so. I'm truly sorry. Madam and young Mrs., I beg your pardon, but I must take my leave. That butler, seriously, doesn't get fucking paid enough. Yeah, so badly for him. He truly seems to bear the weight of the world on his shoulders. He does! Oh, man! Oh, do you know Mr. Philip personally? Yes, ever since we were children. Not nearly as well as we once did, thanks to the one he serves. I see. He sure seems like he's nervous all the time, doesn't he? I'll bet that everything between the Duke and the Colonel has him completely on edge. Probably, yeah. By the way, what was that you were saying earlier about me being the popular one? Duke certainly seemed awfully fond of you. Oh, please, I'd like to keep my food in my stomach, thank you. Right, like before. I feel like I'm missing something. Why would the Duke want tea so late? Yeah, well, you see. Estelle, allow me to elucidate the matter of tea and why a gentleman should never request it in a polite company. Huh? Come closer. And I will be jumping into Stell's here. Now, do you understand? Yes. Hopeless. Completely hopeless. It's a euphemism. What were you expecting? Thanks for everything, both of you. If not for you, I don't know what we would have done. Please, it was the least we could do in Her Majesty's service. I only ask that you complete the request she made of you. Feel the same way. Back of you, everything in your power to save the princess. No, you're one of her royal retainers. I regret that I rarely get a chance to serve her directly. You're so kind and open. She's always treated me more like a friend than a servant. The thought of her being held captive keeps me up at night. I understand. Well, you can rest easy now that we're on the job. We'll save her. Sorry we're going. I mean, kinda have to. I don't believe any suspicions have been raised. Just keep alert until you return to your room. You never can be too certain how closely the Intelligence Division is watching you. I do hope the princess is doing right. I should have gone with her. I mean, that should have at least been an option. Did he just fucking start move around the very moment I was away? At least it doesn't change. Okie dokie. We'll do one final round around the castle, and then we'll probably go back to the bracelet guild. That's when we start doing a little rescue operation. I have like another hour left. That should be more than enough to save the princess, and after that it's basically a straight line towards the final dungeon. Which would mean we'll end up around 1900. So 20 until I get my food done with, and then we'd have like 4 hours of WoW time basically. Okay, you have nothing new to say? Ah, which means I actually get a nice amount of playtime for once. Kinda enjoyable. She's a maid, she can't be having adult fun. She's quite literally a maiden most fair, but most inexperienced for that matter. I mean, hey, she's young, she still has the right to be, you know, innocent. What, might I inquire, are you doing at this late hour? Hey, walking around, can't you see? Captain Amalzea. Good evening. I realize that you've been invited here. Don't you think it's a bit late for your kids to be out walking around? Please pardon us. We've simply never been in a castle like this. Couldn't resist the urge to take a look around. Oh, that's certainly understandable. Where were you half an hour ago? Please enlighten me, if only for my own edification. Does that matter what I say? The kitchen. Yeah, the kitchen's probably a good excuse, actually. Oh, that's strange. I was making my rounds through there, and I never saw you. Oh, let's not waste time in games. Actually, I've received reports that you're going in and out of the maid quarter several times. I don't think it's a bit odd to be looking around in that particular place. I don't think that questioning someone like that already have the facts is a little cruel. I'll take that as a compliment. What business have you in the maid quarters? Suggest you answer honestly. No way. Oh, still in your shop. I've been here the whole time. Nice. Saved by the bell. Hello, Zin. Heavily drinking? Oh, no, that's the stuff. You're drunk. Oops. Sorry. And hey, it ain't my favorite George's officer lady. Nice. Some luck that we made up again, eh? I suppose. Oh, what's going on? Are my students here causing any trouble? Students. No, it's just that we're in the maid quarters for a while. Really wanted to know the business, simply as a security precaution. I totally get ya. Just set them off to find some munchies to go with my boobs. Here, sure. Can kids find anything to eat? No, the cooks aren't back yet, I guess. I tried to ask the maid if there was any way we could get our hands on something, but no luck. Oh well, I'll have to do without, I guess. Hey, you just had a great idea. Wanna come and join me for a drink? I mean, hey, nothing goes with drinks like a beautiful lady. I'm afraid I'm busy, so I'll have to decline your generous offer. Apologies for the misunderstanding. I would have advised you to return to your room and remain there for the rest of the night. I have no to investigate any suspicious activity, you understand? Of course. It is late. You should probably just get to bed. Very good. Now, you'll excuse us. That was nice. Yeah, the night. Oh well, might as well just go back to the room. Right. I'll go with you. It's not like he's actually drunk now, is he? Looks like we managed to convince her at least. Lynn, aren't you drunk? I was acting drunk. I had a single drop. No way, your face had even gone all red. Hopes are making his blood circulate better, which made it look like he was intoxicated. Out of some kind of Eastern martial arts breathing exercise, right? Why would you have a fucking breathing exercise that makes you look drunk? Very specific thing. Yeah, surprised you're familiar with it. Hey, I seem to be in a tight spot, so I figured I'd distract everyone. Nice, huh? Saved your bacon, as the saying goes. You're an evil, evil man, then. Hey, sure, you did help us out, but you also surprised the hell out of me. Sorry about that. So what's the story? What story? Thought it'd be obvious. The story of your meeting with the Queen. Wait, what? How did you? Did Alan tell you something about this? Actually, I couldn't get him to tell me anything. But no, I know anyway, don't lie. Well, prior knowledge, there's no way you could have just guessed. How much do you really know? As it's finally time to show you this. He produced a letter from his pocket, handed it to Estelle and Joshua. What's this? I know this handwriting. I'll understand there, read it. It'll explain a lot. Okay. Here's in Vasek. Hope this letter finds you well. I've been out of touch. I'm in a hurry, so I hope you will pardon the bluntness. My work concerning the Jaegers is leading me into Imperial territory. However, due to the fact that unusual forces seem to be influencing matters inside Libel, I feel uneasy being absent for so long. This is why I must ask a favor of you. I'm going to persuade you to come to Libel and help out if they need it. If you haven't been to Libel before, perhaps you could think of this recreational trip. There's a martial arts competition before the Queen's birthday celebration. Foreigners can't participate. Make fine camouflage. Notice that this is sudden, but if you can do it, I would be most grateful. I'm intending to return to Libel before the festival, so hopefully we'll be able to have a drink together when I return. That's your sprite. Yes, I have the chance to meet my son and daughter. I are currently apprentices at the guild, so if you happen to meet them, feel free to test the extent of the training. Try not to bail them out too much, as it seems like they really need it. But I'd actually ask you to come to Libel. Means he's in Albonia now. Yeah, that's the long and short of it. Long and short of it. And what it means is that you were in cahoots with him all along. Kind of a nasty way to put it, don't you think? I owed Master Casey a favor from the time he spent in Calvert. It just gave me the chance to make us swear again. I suppose. I realized that we were his kids. I had a feeling from the outset, once I saw Estelle's techniques with the bow stuff. I asked Kilika about it, and he had confirmed it. It would have been nice if you said something about it all. I felt sick wondering where that's been. No, I'm sorry I haven't said anything. I got the impression from the letter that she was trying to keep his whereabouts a secret. Still, you're definitely his kids, alright. You can pull off a job as big as sneaking an audience with the Queen. I suppose so. He knows this much. Wouldn't hurt to tell him everything, right? Maybe. It'll probably be best to fill them in on everything. It's a bit far-fetched to say that we could put an end to this whole situation on our own, after all. And you should told of how they had managed to speak directly with the Queen. Well, it's the Queen's request to safely rescue Princess Claudia. I see. Thought something seemed a little off when everyone was talking at the party. Right then, I'll help you out with that little request. Little, he says. You will? Yep, I think this is the ideal opportunity to settle my debt to Master Cassius. Please, let me help. I'd be glad to. Thank you, once again. Nice. Dum 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 dum. What is this place? Never imagined something like this even existed. The ruins. Larger than expected. Lieutenant Lawrence, if you'd be so kind as to show us the way to the lowest level. Yes, sir. Enemy merps! Oh. That's some kind of mechanical monster? Oh well. These must be Archasms. Archasms? Archasms? Something like that. Metal machines, yes. Blue shit. Got that in one stroke. You are the quickest to react. You are indeed truly a force to be reckoned with when you don't hold back. You flatter me, sir. Quick door taking as well was quite remarkable to behold. See that you've studied under the Divine Blade himself. I am humbled. I have a ways to go before I can really humble anyone, I'm afraid. Time waits for no man. The skills I possess now will have to be enough. My strength might be meager, but I must forge this kingdom's future with my own two hands. A brave man. The way to the ultimate power is open. A bright new dawn approaches for our beloved Libelle. In fact, only the best of each of you. By your order, sir. If the special ops will work, it's one for the colonel. For the glory of Libelle. Yay! You're running smack dab the poor country into the ground, but you don't even give a shit, do you? Well, I understand the situation. You both performed admirably. Nice that you were able to deliver the professor's message to Her Majesty in person. We just got lucky is all. The real question is how much longer is luck going to be on our side? Yes, if I'm going to have to stay focused. Understand that already? Then there's nothing more that I need to tell you. In any case, you can consider Professor Russell's request to be fulfilled. Please accept this as compensation for a job well done. I got 10, plus 8. And that means we did everything right. Our rank is junior base of first class. Now then, Zin, it was pure providence that Cassius invited you here. We need to help with an A-rank bracer like yourself. No need to even ask. If I didn't have a debt to repay to Cassius, couldn't possibly stand by idly in a situation like this. I wish you until the end. We could count on you. By the way, what's this A-rank business? It's a rank that signifies a full-fledged bracer's full power. There are 7 ranks, ranging from G on the bottom up to A at the top. Choose the highest rank you can get. Oh, never knew about the shadow badass. Well, I may be A rank, but I'm still an underling, so to speak. There are 20 A rankers across the continent. Above that, there's an informal S rank. One's only granted to bracers who successfully resolve issues on a national scale. There are only 4 of those on the entire continent. Oh, I'm not sure I even want to think about what they can do. You need to know any of this stuff, do you? Not before East Master Cassius. What? Hey, you're not gonna tell me you knew about this already, right? Sorry, but yes I did. Solved the major case for the Republic about 5 years ago. It's fair. It's hardly worth even getting upset about anymore. Well, army soldier, hidden hero, Divine Blade, S-rank bracer. Really so damn awesome, then it sure would be nice if he'd come back and take care of this case. You may be right. Being our wizards, perhaps this would never have escalated to the point where a coup d'etat was even possible. Yeah, sure, not wrong. Think about how strange this is. This whole chain of events apparently started with that going off on his trip. If whoever planned the coup was waiting for him to be gone. At least that's just the impression I have. What you're saying is that the coup was played around his departure for the Empire. Correct? No, I'm sure that would be overthinking things. Can't think of anyone who would possibly manipulate that like that without him noticing he was being used. You have to know him and his behavior patterns exceptionally well to be able to pull it off. Well, yeah. I knew what he was up to, even though he was so close. I think that Colonel Richard could have ever managed to pull the wool over his eyes. Luckily, it's just the 2 major events happened to overlap with each other. Regardless of the circumstances, I cannot currently rely on Cassius to help. Therefore, I resolved to prepare for the worst. I believe an emergency conference of the Grancel branch of the Bracer Guild is called for. All other things being equal, we have a request that comes directly from Her Majesty the Queen. The third article of the Bracer Code states that we shall never act in a fashion that interferes with the government. We cannot ignore Her Majesty's request, however, so we must act. We are no match for the Royal Army as we are. We ask the cooperation of all Bracers in Grunzel, including Zin, of course. Okay. In conflict with the intelligence division, we need all the help we can get. Ideally, we should have the cooperation of other branches. The checkpoints have been completely sealed off as of today, ostensibly to foil any potential terrorist activity. Basically, it amounts to martial law. The enemy is finally moving at full tilt. Maybe stifle any activity on the part of any Royal Guardsmen in hiding, as well as ourselves. Going to conduct a rescue operation, we'll have to do it with the resources on hand. No fun. But we're up to it. Now, do we have a solid idea of where the prisoners are being held? That's been on my mind for a while now, actually. I believe the most likely place to be the Elba Royal Villa. It's building in the forest, right? It makes sense. Soldiers are using it under the pretense of counter-terrorism. Few would question it. I'd imagine they'd want to lock a lady of the royal family in a southern Leicester fortress. If it's the army we're going to be going against here, I'd like a more solid confirmation, however. If we assaulted the wrong place, we'd have hell to pay for it. Yes, precisely. In either case, we must assemble any bracers currently in the royal city. I ask you to assemble them here for me. Any information you could gather while doing so would be much appreciated. Not mistaken, Estelle, you and your friends are acquainted with a reporter, correct? Oh, you mean Niall. Yeah, we should see if he's picked up anything significant. We must attempt to enlist the aid of the guardsmen who are in hiding. If we can get them to protect me, it would be greatly appreciated. So in other words, I need to get in touch with Sister Julia. She had served the invitation before, so we should let her know what's going on. Off to the Cathedral then. There are 4 other bracers in the city: Kurt, Grant, Kana, and Annelade. Check the bars and the usual hangouts. They may also be in the hotel. See them, please instruct them to come back here. Sure thing. Alright, then off we go. This is basically one of the very last parts where we actually have the freedom of movement, because otherwise, you know, things get hectic, to put it mildly. Oh well, you get basically put on rails, because after that, it's railway all the way to the final dungeon. This is one of the last times we can enjoy Grunzel. And I actually kept good on my promise, although this fucking place is so bloody fucking full of NPCs, it's not even funny. I fucking read through every last one of them with every new time they get dialogue. And I swear to God, I never do this fucking again. For the love of fucking God. I was punishing so far. With the tournament over, the streets feel a bit freer. The Queen's birthday celebration coming, it's not going to last very long. So this year, I'm not really sure what to expect. Still, I'm quite happy. Actually, have I finished my cooking list? I have. Okay. If at this point in time you still have some, you know, question mark thingies in your fucking cookbook, the fact, you missed one. What? The tournament's done, so what's next? The trees lining the streets were planted to commemorate Prince Claudia's birth. And sure does fly, doesn't it? It does, doesn't it? One of the birthday celebrations will proceed as planned. I'm so hungry. See, that man has it all figured out. And run this booth up through the birthday celebration. Unless the Queen gets better, they're just going to up and cancel on us, right? Basically, yes. Martial arts competition is always the prelude to the Queen's birthday celebration. With the Queen having fallen ill, let's see what's going to happen. Will the celebration still be held? Pressure platforms are completely closed as of today. Tires blow, and it looks like that guy really has no luck with that machine, does he? Poor guy. He's trying his bestest. Thanks to the curfew, we can no longer do night fishing. But Modaya is our inability to travel, cutting us off from all but the most local of fishing holds. It's truly a dark time for our beloved guild. The Fisherman Guild has also very clear-cut priorities. I went to the platform to see if there were any flights to Ruan. The soldiers that told me the airships are grounded. I was really looking forward to doing some ocean fishing. How long do they plan to keep us hostage like this? Life without fishing is a life better spent dead. You can't even call it a life at all. Which lose my mind. Very one-minded person. I guess you take fishing away from me and I will die. Well, I prefer dying. positively amazing how much money I've made of the martial arts competition. I went on the festivities like this time of year to make ends meet. We're in the red, we're dead. We're in the black, we'll be back. Fair point. I don't think there's anything to do here. What's fine? I'm pretty sure I have everything I want. Queen is old. Long live the Duke. Never. The Duke is an asshole. I mean, quite frankly, yes. It's amazingly annoying. Okay, I really need the evil ones, the Blackstones. So I just make a new character now. Why are you punishing yourself so much, little Terry? Why are you punishing yourself? It's just gonna take longer to level up, doesn't it? I guess I got another one of those. Already the same level. Yeah, but you will like level 6 or something, and you need to be like level 26 at this point. What is coming down to? So important to listen to one's customers. I mean, they pay the bills, you know? I've always felt that if your customer needs help after hours, I mean, really needs help, I'm let you stay late and do what I can. I'll make sure Zachariah signs off on it though. When you do it too often, he'll tell me to take a hike. Yes, because you know, at some point you have to close the store. Can't stay fucking forever and just do work. Need a break once in a while. School would never harbor terrorists. They would not, no. I can count on that. His Majesty is still thick. They just have to deal with the cover for the birthday celebration. Yeah, bit of a problem, that one. I have the best equipment, don't I? Well, best I can buy. Hey, Carter. Hey, look who it is. I've got old man's interview. What's going on? It's a long story. Sounds serious. Print the situation at the Queen's request to Carter. Ugh. You're not just pulling my leg, are you? I must admit I did find it a bit odd that all the gates and ports and such have been shut down. What did you want with me exactly? Well, we need to get everyone together and formulate the plan. If you would, please meet us at the guild. Gotcha. I'm already there. You're lying to me, but you're getting there. Fair enough. I think it's a bit too quiet considering the tournament just ended. I mean, with the ports and everything closed, yep, it gets quiet fucking quickly, doesn't it? Okay, I've done that, we've talked to you, we went into the Bracer Guild already, we talked to you. Special Ops sure have some big egos on them for being the new guys. When is it Halloween? Isn't it at the end of the month? Halloween. Hey, he's the person who uses the teleport sheet. My acquaintance really has me right. Not about the terrorists too, of course, but I'm more interested in hearing news of her Majesty's recovery. Majesty Queen is the center of our kingdom, the pride of our people. We'll see you well again. You're all British about this, aren't ya? Like long live the Queen! Term is over, but the city is still crawling with soldiers. Are the Royal Guardsmen really the ones responsible for the attack? Come on, speak to me. Hey, it's Grant. Yeah, no surprise. Well, and then the big bad champions. Now you guys spent the night at the castle. Frankly, I'm surprised to see you back so early. Read anything good? Yeah, we did, but that's not what we're here to talk about. Oh, something on your mind? Hate the situation again. Holy crap, you're not pulling my leg, are you? Why not? Every word is true. No, the Queen will live forever, and if not, I would much rather take a young princess to become the Queen than that fucking guy. Actually, I would take a fucking child who would basically end up in a regency before I take that duke. Ah. Oh yeah, actually, it's Halloween time. Reminds me that trick or treat is really not a thing around here. The Queen is not dead. No Queen ever dies, because they live forever. They are old as fuck. Heck, even around here. Somebody were to fucking tell me that the Queen faked her own death just for funsies, I'd be like, yeah, fair point. Is she really though? Honestly, I find it hard to believe that woman ever dying. Because that woman has been around so fucking assholish a long time. Jesus Christ, that woman quite literally has ruled longer than I'm... Has she ruled longer than I'm old? How long has Queen ruled? How long had Queen Elizabeth the throne at this point? Like 40 years or so? I haven't quickly looked it up just out of interest. Oh. Low brain. Okay. Queen Elizabeth has quite literally ruled for fucking 70 years. She has quite literally ruled a lot longer than I have fucking lived on this fucking planet. Jesus fucking Christ, woman. Then removal is moved by this. That's all the proof I need. Whatever can try up. Hang on it. Yeah, but has the Dutch Queen ruled for fucking 70 years at this point? I don't think so. We're all meeting at the guild house to plan our strategy as soon as possible. But please head over there when you can. As such. Go well, friends. I'm gonna catch up with you there. Now then, we're getting closer to doing a little rescue operation. Birthday celebration so close? Nope, there'll be some news from the castle. Pray it's not that the festivals have been cancelled. If she couldn't be bothered with it, that would then directly relate to her abdicating the throne, wouldn't it? Which would take her out of being a fucking queen. You can't be a queen if you're abdicted. That would be cheating. Can't believe the Royal Guardsmen were behind the terrorist attack. But Colbert should say that, it must be true. That's a nice believer. The Germans over and the birthday celebration should be moments away from starting. We did, we got a king now. See, your queen was weak. Weak-willed. At least that's usually how it goes. She should have ruled, I guess, as a queen for 70 years, just claiming and sitting on that fucking throne and never ever moving off it. Of anything. Yeah. Done this. So now we go to the west block, then we go to the north block, then we go to the east block, and then we have them all. Then we'll start our rescue operation. Which means we have made more progress than I've done in about half a year this game, to be fair. What can I say? I need to be in the right mood for it. The girl who lives here hasn't come home yet. Just heard about it from base. Sure, she's found soon. Kings and queens don't do shit. That very much depends on the time. In the past, kings and queens did a lot of shit. Obviously. They were quite literally the absolute rulers of the nations and decided everything, from the laws that were binding the peasants to everything else. And technically speaking, since, for example, Great Britain is technically speaking a constitutional monarchy, you could still technically claim that they have some power. Although that's more figurehead power than anything else, to be fair. Give me a second while I take a drag on the pipe. That does do me well, though. My mind, at least, in moderate amounts, that is. I will get to see Princess Claudia at least once during the birthday celebration. So cute. That girl next door. I wish I had a daughter like her. And start procreating. It's not that hard. Seems to be some kind of commotion with the workers here. Something happened. Soldier is suspicious. I have orders to leave early each morning. I'm in charge of making breakfast. Which is by your own means, and whoever gets home earliest is the one to make dinner. I guess I better get over to the store. No, in a classical monarchy, the king or the queen, usually the king, because that's how the system is. The system is very much geared towards male inheritance. Has absolute power. Technically speaking, he doesn't need to listen to his nobles or anyone, not even to any of his advisors. He can make ultimate decisions in every regards, from the laws that bind people to moving the army into police, if applicable, because police is actually rather a new concept, technically speaking, to enforce said laws, to judging said laws. So, he's the one who decides who has actually broken the laws if they get in front of him. Yeah, but the classical monarchy is an absolute monarchy, where the king is an absolute ruler. Otherwise, it is not a monarchy by its very nature. Monarchy is nothing else than a concept of a king claiming to be getting his power and his right to rulership from God himself, which allows him to do whatever the fuck he wants with his nation, the title that is inherited. The only alternative would be a constitutional monarchy, where the king is actually bound to a constitution, as the name implies. After the competition is done, the best celebration should be starting up soon. Other people came to the capital for the birthday celebration, completely unaware that Your Majesty had fallen in. If we disaster, they should just up and cancel the festival now. That would be a bit annoying. For everybody involved, also there would be a lot of money lost, I think. 2 seconds off the left, he went back in Raping Waters buying a house. It's hard enough for us to pay rent on this dump each month. How are we supposed to afford a mortgage? When he told him, stop screwing around and find yourself a job, and then we'll talk. Whether worse, rich or poorer, we'll have to do his part. Just sold a house around here recently. Why should I be living there? Space is too small. If I worked hard enough, I could take out a loan and buy a place of my own. Yet it's getting a fucking job. Yes, but as soon as you take the absolute power away, it's not a classical monarchy in any way, shape or form, because that requires this head of state to have absolute power. And it's not given any longer. Realistically speaking, Great Britain is a normal republic in and of itself, but, you know, it claims to be a constitutional monarchy, although the monarchy itself has no actual real power given to it by the parliament any longer. The airship has stopped. All ready to go cover the Emperor's and bullshit. I have to think of something else to write. Full fate. Why must you mock me so? I'm also caught up in the Queen's birthday celebration. With all the hubbub, nothing going to happen this year. With the rumors that it's going to be cancelled. The Queen hasn't made any official announcement to debunk that. Yes, actually weaker than the constitutional monarchy because she can lose it as well as being bound by law. Same concept. Technically speaking, it's not any longer a monarchy, because a monarchy, as I said, is a system of a king at the top of the state. Absolute bullshit. Even a constitutional monarchy is, by its very nature, not necessarily an actual monarchy any longer. And what the Britons, for example, the Great Britons did, is technically speaking just a fucking republic with extra. Because the monarchy has no actual ruling power any longer. I wouldn't even call it a... It's just part of being a monarchy, you know? You call me little super out of context, but yeah. Well, you can ask the strategy member about that. It's just a verbal tick I have. Don't worry about it. I call everyone little. I don't know even why, but my brain apparently somewhat has, you know, adopted this particular tick and it will not let go of it. Now, I just randomly talk. It just splits out. Don't worry about it. It's not really meaning anything. The monarchy that has no particular meaning to it. I even call the fucking Kronos little. I'm pretty sure he's not little. So you know. Hey chief, I haven't heard anything in 2 days. Well, he does tend to get completely wrapped up when he's looking for the next big story. At last we are to a state of martial law. I don't much like that he hasn't contacted us either. He doesn't have any other titles in his head. I mean, I have other titles that I could use. Won't use, mostly. That's why would I call you a sir or madame? Anything. It's basically just verbal tick that you can't get rid of. And that's the most truest and sense thing to say about it. And of course we are to a state of martial law. I don't much like that he hasn't contacted us either. But don't worry. I don't mean it in any insulting way or anything, it's just really something I can't help myself with, to be fair. Hey guys. Hello Rosie. Partners. Oh, it's you. Perfect timing. Good afternoon. We had to talk to Niall, but I'm guessing he's not around. Yeah, basically. That's a good example. It's basically just like me calling you my friend instead of using your name or something, you know? It's nothing I can get sorted. I think most people will actually have to get used to it. At some point will ask that question. I really like to have, you know, a good reason for doing it, but there really is no good reason for it. See, that's the good part. Since this is not actually the... Nah, to be fair, I have the same tick to some degree in German, though. And yeah, happens. You just get started with it and it's hard to get rid of. Or it just starts that you don't know why and you can't get fucking rid of it. My coffee is empty. That's not good. Here to talk to Niall, and I'm guessing he's not around. That's what we were just talking about. Actually, Niall hasn't shown up here today or yesterday. Not from him or anything. Huh? Yesterday or today? Spoke with him in the evening 2 days ago. Really? Right, gotta feed myself. I'll do so too in a while. Until later. Don't forget, in this fine evening we're gonna play some WoW, so do feel free to drop by again, little Terry. But first, stuff some food into you. Get nice and plump. Yeah, that's what I like to hear. Then you can be excused. What do you mean, really? I was the message to meet him, for your sake. Came back to talk to him after the semi-finals. Alright, now that you mention it. Oh, did he say anything to you? Like where he was going? Well, I want to answer this truthfully. Game. Game. Okay, I think the game has lost focus in a strange way. Okay, I need to get back here again. God damn it, now let's go back in again. Okay, that works. I think I want to tell the truth here because these are all basically friends of me characters anyway. Right, I remember what happened. He got a call from someone and he said he had to leave. Are you serious? Yes, we haven't seen hide nor hair of him since. I know, can't believe Niall's dead. Also, Crone is still in. He's probably either lurking or on his way to work, isn't he? Because some time has passed since he said he had to work an hour later. Said he was dead. The place when all the yellow and traffic gets shut down. Everything was normal yesterday though, so maybe he went to another province. Already quiet with the landing port's passenger reservoirs 3, was no sign of him. So I figured he was still somewhere in town. So we're the last ones to see this reporter fellow. We're talking to him about something for a news article. Well, these are the times we live in. Controlling the media is a big deal for the military. Do you think, Chief? Certainly can't argue with that. Particularly in the case of the intelligence division, they monitor and censor everything we do. You wouldn't believe how frustrating it is. It means that you can't get much information for your stories. It's in a reporter's nature to want to get as much as possible into the hands of the readers. See, I'm going to check out a new subject that the intelligence division hasn't started censoring yet. It's the last thing he told us about. I think it was about the arranged marriage, if memory serves. Luke mentioned something about it at the dinner party. Oh, I told you about that too. It'd make a hell of a story, it's true. Mentioned having to get some evidence at any cost. How did a reporter like Niall even learn about something like that? I'd have thought that something like that would be known only to the royal family. They did say he's friends with someone who works in the Abbey Royal Villa. Completely off the record, but the terrorists are supposedly after the princess, so she's secretly staying in the villa for her own safety. That's the information we needed. I knew it. The veil is lifted. Maybe the person he was talking to was his friend in the villa, which would mean that Niall's probably there too. Let's see. If I know Niall, he probably tried to worm his way in for an interview with the princess, and if the soldiers saw him, they'd have arrested him on the spot. No? Niall's a goner! Why do you keep coming back to that? But if he has been arrested, getting him out isn't going to be easy. Yeah. Many yet Princess Claudia are pretty much in the same situation. These two people now. Do you have any insight information about what's going on in the city, in all of Liebherr? Sorry, I really can't talk about it. Just let the Brazic will take care of Niall. If he has been arrested, we'll see to it that he's released. Alright, please do whatever you can. Please, you guys, you gotta bring Niall back. Leave it to us. Leave it to us indeed. Bring Niall in your capable hands. Please, sister, I beg you. Please save Niall. I will. No reason for begging, I would save him anyway. I was so reckless when he first started his job. Really, he still is pretty reckless. That's probably why he always gets the goods. Actually, I think this is also the time when we can get the ultimate weapons, can't we? Well, I'll just fucking try my luck, I suppose. Royal Guard may seem a bit antiquated by modern standards, but to see them sticking to the rules of discipline was simply breathtaking. I'd say, in having the birthday celebration this year, if the Queen's gotten sick, so maybe the party's gonna get cancelled. I have nothing to do until the birthday celebration. Hey, you guys wouldn't happen to have the complete collection of the Carnelia, would you? Oh, you do? I was meant to buy every new volume when it came out, but never got around to it. Like, I was read the whole series when it's finished, right? Now, it's pretty much impossible to find the whole set for sale in one place. I beg you, please. Be willing to part with your collection of tomes. Yes. Well, really? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Thank you so much. I work in diplomatic relations and just got back from assignment in the Far East. I have a pretty impressive little collection of Eastern goods too, if I do say so myself. I have one of my rare items in exchange for what I seek. Prices, no? Let's see what I've got that might catch your eye. Between these two, which one intrigues you more? Mystic Staff, Twin Blowers. These are the ultimate weapons in this game. For Estelle and Joshua. The Mystic Staff, of course, for being a staff for Estelle, and the Twin Blowers for the little Joshua. And as you can tell from this, the only way you can get both of them in one save file is to play the game again. Go to this part again and to do it all over again. Even the Mystic Staff. Oh, this one is nice. Leave the Mystic Staff. Very nice. Very nice indeed. It suits you. I got a notification to close shop early today, so I have lots of time to read. Thank you again. Those special ops guys were grumbling about some search mission. Got bits and pieces of it. Royal Guard, citizen, uncooperative, and some shall we say more colorful metaphors. As I expect, Royal Guard is very well respected. And then, Estelle, time to equip you with the best weapon. Mystic Staff. Dum. Large stuff that requires a lot of training to beat. Eastern stuff of science depicting universal axioms. Now we have done that. The landing bay at the landing port is still closed, I would imagine. Late this morning I crossed paths with one of the nuns from the cathedral. How could she have been knowing at that time of day? Yeah, rumors that the terrorists who claimed to be bracers just up and ran. Got through the Zeiss inspection, then disappeared. Who knows where? Yeah, who knows where indeed. Giving anyone any details on Her Majesty's illness, including us. We can just keep patrolling. We have orders after all. Bit of a pain in the ass, that. Who might you be? We are members of the Bracers, the Bracer Guild, I mean. We're looking for a sister. And then, where are you now? I'd guess that you share compliancy with her then. None? You? No. I don't know if you know her real identity, Estelle. We hear of information she asked us to fight. I'm sorry to say she's no longer at the cathedral. She came to say goodbye to me this morning and left. But you, I mean, do you know where she might have gone? Courtney did. I've been close with the royal family for many years, and she's always regarded me as a friend and confidant. This time she refused to give me any details. She no doubt wishes to keep the church from getting too deeply involved in whatever is occurring. I see. Wouldn't worry though. Get the light of hope in her eyes as she departed. Confident she was not running away to wallow in despair, but for a more noble cause. Well, that's good at least. Thing is, we kind of need her to stay in touch with the Royal Guardsmen. Begging for rain in the desert only gets you sand. We should probably go. Best thing you can do is covertly keep an eye out for the other Royal Guardsmen. Not the most efficient plan, but that seems to be all we've got. We seem to be between a rock and a hard place, as they say. Always remember that Ideus helps those who help themselves. Do all that you can, and Ideus will truly take care of the rest. Hard and honest work will always lead you down the right path. Well, apart from the cases where it doesn't, but a whole other matter, I suppose. I guess he's a man of the cloth. It's not like he's gonna start, you know, wailing as if he yells. Every meeting, there must also be a party. And each goodbye is a new hello and waiting, and this rule shall remain steadfast throughout each of our lives. Life moves ever forward. Or best threats we call destiny. There's no beginning, no middle, and no end. There's only the human condition. No way we as man and woman can fully conceive of this universe within which we dwell. And something only the goddess Ideus can properly envision. But we damn well will try to understand every last bit about this universe. Because that's just how we are. There's nearly a cloistered nun, but I haven't seen her around today. Pray that she has not taken ill. Miss Ellen has no sense of direction, it seems, but she's extremely courteous and very, very devout. No one is perfect though, of course. We must always remember that it's our imperfections which make us special. Kinda is, actually. No one is perfect. And that's pretty damn good. As things would probably get rather boring rather quickly. Madame put in a request with the Royal Army to fight Little Rian. There's been no word. My granddaughter Rian has not come home since yesterday. Received no contact from my husband either, as usual. What to do? Both as a wife and as a grandmother must remain ever vigilant. Family relations are not to be taken lightly. Fair enough. I guess I kid them to try to need more bargaining chips, I suppose. It's gonna be one hell of a rescue mission we have in the fucking Apple Royal Villa. I'll probably go a whole fucking mess of people at this point. Guess there were a lot of soldiers patrolling the landing port. What happened there? Who knows? Just some by that the Royal Guardsmen are terrorists. Pure crazy talk. I like to talk that they are that's just bomb and ceremony, but really do know better. Well, hope that you know better. Give up fishing altogether. Just come home. His wife is busy fishing. Has discovered a choice of fishing. Look, you're in the way, please. Just move along already. This could be anywhere, anyone. I've got to keep my close eye on the crowd. What crowd? Anything unusual, wonderful, please be sure to let us know. Go you see those special ops soldiers. Yet they haven't fought even one Royal Guardsman yet. Yeah, makes you question it, doesn't it? Tournament over, I don't know, maybe sometime for the Queen's birthday celebration, but nobody knows anything about it. It makes sense that Yugen would be... the tournament over, so stuff. It's something around here in general. Yeah, that's kinda how it is. The original almost about us. Catch those tourists before it ends. You go out on a happy note this year, you know? Let's hope for the best then. That you never ever catch them. At fucking all. Finally, a moment of peace in my home, sweet home. That's worth a lot, actually. I do enjoy home relax time. That's right, what will become of this birthday celebration? Such a monumental event every year. To cancel it would be the shamest of shames. This man is far more concerned with what's to become of the birthday celebration than any grown man should be. He just likes his parties. Huh? Not a crime, far as I'm aware. Kurt, the race has returned. They looked a bit on the pale side. Hope he's alright. Time to find Kurt then. Somewhere around here. Just randomly barging into every room. It's like, open up, this is the police! Sorry, actually we're just bracers. I wish I could remember the time a little better. Like there's a thick fog blanketing the whole thing. Hi Kurt. Good to see you here. Hey Stella. Hey Joshua. How's sense of you too? You know that we were going to that dinner party at the castle yesterday? Was when those two rookies took on a pretty major assignment. What major assignment? Maybe best if we tell you more or less the whole story. Should explain the circumstances that led to their request from the Queen. Serious? Of course we are. Why we really need your help. Oh, it's not it. But I'm shocked that your majesty's request of you. Black ointment that Conan has. That's real? But what's wrong? You look awfully pale. Ugh. 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 Offering. What in the world? Step away from him. Huh? Ugh. Gotta punch you in the face. Bam. You got punched into the wall. This is where we have a nice crossover between, you know, good old-fashioned Yakuza and Kiryu's way of doing things in the Trails in the Sky series, because Zin is gonna use the same specific technique that Kiryu would use in this case, namely, there's something wrong with somebody, just punch them until they're right again. Who's that? You didn't even touch him, he acted like he got electrocuted. He got quite literally punched into the wall, Estelle. Are you blind? It's a special spirit channeling breath technique. Allows the user to directly affect the target's body, without direct physical contact. It doesn't matter how he did it, he punched him into the wall, for sure. I don't really like to be so rough. Time isn't exactly on our side. How are you feeling? Well, actually a lot better. See? Healing fists. Can't remember every detail, but a good bit of it's coming back. A little unsteady from the shock, but I think I'll be alright. What do you remember? Didn't I say so before? There was an accident around 3 months ago. You lost your memories while you were working, right? Yeah. When they asked me to check up on those men in the black outfits. And I took something suspicious from them. It was the black orbit. The person who gave you the assignment. Yes. It was your father, Cassius. I wasted no time in packaging it up and sending it to him, but that's really as far back as I could remember. Okay, that package was you? Yes. I can also remember there being a note that said to have Professor Russell analyze it. I get it. The package was delivered to you too. Remember anything after that? Anything that happened after you sent off the package? Yes. After I left the port, someone called out to me. Then... no good. So still one big blur. The best of not pressing your luck. Likely to just cause strain that you can't handle yet. Yes, alright. Really just amazed that I was able to remember anything at all. Brings us to a bigger question. Who would have done this? Maybe those special ops guys? Possible. I did use that nasty poison on Agatha, after all. So they are manufacturing and testing new drugs. Maybe they've made something to cause memory loss. The table sort. Plus there's the Sky Bandit's boss and Major Delmore to consider. You have to be careful. Sorry, I don't have anything really useful to tell you. No, that emergency asked you to do. I want to help if you let me. But I'm sure you'll be okay. Sure, my memory may be like a sieve, but physically I'm fine. Thank you for your help, so please allow me to make it up to you. If you're feeling up to it, sure. Need to work out a strategy. For now, let's meet back at the guild. Right, you have my thanks. Yeah, a lot of people have suddenly encountered certain bouts of fucking memory loss in this particular case. Quite a lot of them. Which, you know, is totally not suspicious or anything. From here on out, yeah, let's go to the castle gates, I suppose. Then these block is the last we need to go through. Amon's been talking to himself all day today. Now he's got something on his mind, and he just won't tell me what it is. He's such a meanie. Time to bust out the potty face. Looked all over town. The best place to pop the question is right in front of the gates, I think. Oh, you're trying to propose, aren't ya? So I assume, at least. Oh, did you enjoy your look around the castle? We did. So, how was the banquet? I got to see the food during my rounds inside. I didn't get to eat any of it, sadly. I mean, you're one of the guards. Of course you're not gonna get the food. Okay. Let's finish our little investigation in shall we? First, the celebration isn't quite the same with Duke Denon instead of the Queen. I hope she gets better by the time it officially starts. Fair point. Now that the competition's wrapped up, the streets should get a bit quiet. What do you think will happen at the Queen's birthday celebration? Going to be cancelled for sure, don't you think? I mean, they wouldn't celebrate if the Queen's still sick. They couldn't, would they? Bit difficult. Bit difficult to say indeed. I mean, they could potentially, but that would feel kinda strange. A letter from the museum director in Boza. Apparently he's stuck there, thanks to the airships being grounded. The bear's history is quite long, more than a little sorted. Its roots go back more than 1,000 years, as I understand it. It's only been rebel as long as the royal family's been around. So are you telling me the royal family is that old? They are. And I, for one, would love to tour the inside of that castle, see what ghosts I could dig up. You got to see the inside of it yesterday, did you not? Tell me, what was it like? Well, felt pretty old and historic, I guess. There was definitely a lot to see in there. But we weren't really given much of a chance to see it. I'm afraid there's nothing we can really tell you that you wouldn't already know. I see, I see. Too bad. Suppose I'll have to wait until the castle is reopened to the public. That professor with the snake eyes. Then. I think the landing port is closed, technically speaking. There's probably not much for us to do here, but take a round, look. I'm thinking about shutting down all the orbital ship platforms. Sounds like trouble's a road to me. Our deepest apologies for any inconvenience. The Royal Army's put a hold on all passenger and shipping flights today as an anti-terrorist countermeasure. Happy to offer you a full refund on your tickets if you'd like. The Royal Army's closed the landing platforms again. Give me a break already. Tickets and reservations have been getting cancelled left and right. Shouldn't be any surprise though, you know. Your ship's all grounded after all. Yeah, why would I pay for a ticket that I can't use? Anger rising. Yeah, never gonna catch those damn terrorists. I swear, the collective IQ is like 12. Going around like that makes me sick. I run out of my workplace. Damn military traps shut it down on me. My ship's all grounded too. What the hell is going on? Once the landing port is closed for the time being, for the good of the people. Yeah, the people are gonna be very fucking grateful for that now, while they're not. No civilians should have any business here. I have to bring you in for questioning if you insist on loitering in this area. Sorry, we can't just take you on your word that you brace us. Hope you understand. So, move along. Don't need to take me at my word. I can show you my fucking identification. You have bracer identifications, you know. They're like, yeah, but everybody could fake that, couldn't they? And we're like, no, I was actually pretty damn special. Instructed to keep Olivia from leaving the embassy premises. Probably refrain from acting on his behalf too, at least for the time being. After the turbulence, this place gets pretty quiet. Imagine so, I mean, there's not really any reason to stand in front of the arena if there's nothing going on. Well, the martial arts competition went off without a hitch. I'm still a bit worried about the birthday celebration. Yes, you should be. Yes, you should be. What are we doing for the Queen's birthday celebration, you ask? That I can't say. The ambassador can't decide on the schedule, and until he does, got to keep mine open as well. Let's sigh. Don't know why you felt the need to put some French in there, my friend, but I get it was to express your disgust. Drank way too much yesterday. I remember who I was drinking with. My head. Drank that much? That's something. Trolling endlessly. Keeping all the access gates shut. Maybe the terrorists is just a matter of time. Ha ha ha. As we're still close to visit us. Bad for the people who came all the way to see it. Yeah, sucks to be them. Process full of energy. Seeing Carla's daughter makes me really want one of my own. I'm gonna go to Lucy's house. I have knowledge by the sea, where there are lots and lots of pretty white flowers. Best friend Polly, all my friends live there. Yes, you're from that orphanage. Oh, well, from the village close to it. What happened to those royal guardsmen people? Have you heard anything? Maybe. Hooray! Now that the martial arts competition is over, the birthday festivities can begin. Going to be super fun. That woman is quite optimistic. I guess a bit of optimism doesn't hurt you. At the opposite. But now it's not talking to me. We all go through patches like this sometimes, you know. Mercury would never be able to understand the passion that wells deep inside me. Somebody save me. I think I'll decline that saving request. Thank you very much. All shopkeepers seem to be in uproar over something just now. What the heck happened? I was completely shut down the airship platforms. What are they thinking? How are we supposed to get any new stock at this rate? Bunch of smackheads if you ask me. Understandable. Okay, nothing new to buy here. Found another one of the people. Whoever isn't in the new recruits. Back from the castle already? Oh yeah, yes we are. Anyways, could be for a moment of your time. Here's something juicy you're looking to share with me? Well, if by juicy you mean spit your juice all over in shock, then yeah. A real juice bomb. Ooh, you have my undivided attention. Will you be talking about this here, or should I be sitting down for it? Oh. Just to make absolutely clear, this isn't a joke. Things could get serious in a big hurry, and if they do, we'll need your help. Let's see, sorry, that's just a little spam belt from how screwed up this whole situation is. We'll get all of this, but you want everyone to meet up at the guildhall, right? Right, now we'll fill you in on all the details. Okay then, we'll go and see what's up. That was easy. Easy enough. There, I'm stuck on the door. Game, let me in! Hey, you want a copy of the Libel News Martial Arts Competition Special Edition? Good for spectators and participants alike. Yeah, I'll buy one. I've bought all of them until now. I'll never stop. My sister can sing, so that means she has to suck at selling tea, right? You are losing grip of reality even further, woman. Because in my imagination, are there fewer things on the shelves than usual? You heard it here first. Queen Alicia loves tea, like a Dorset. Sometimes some of her royal aides come to buy our teas. Takes a small measure of pride in selling the same teas the Queen loves oh so much. Okay. I mean, I kinda get it, but why not make that into a marketing campaign like the same tea the Queen drinks? Get it here, get it fresh. Now then, we have collected I think everyone we could. The other bracers are already assembled. Be it from the Royal Guardsman or the reporter. Sorry sir, no contact. We believe we've gathered the intelligence we need. Joshua explained everything they learned from the Cathedral and the Libya News HQ. I see. We can conclude with fair certainty that the Princess Claudia is inside the villa. It's unfortunate that you were unable to make contact with the Royal Guardsmen, but at least we now know they haven't been captured. Shall we get started then? Yes. We started working out the details of the rescue operation. We need indeed. Are we all up to date on the pertinent details of the Intelligence Division's planned coup d'etat then? With this information, we should consider ourselves under contractual obligation to Queen Alicia. I can't barely believe what I'm hearing. I'm ashamed of myself for not noticing something was amiss sooner. I was suspicious of those special ops troops from the very beginning. I really trusted Colonel Richard. And he was behind the Sky Bandits and Major Delbo. But completely snowed. Can't let them get away with it, that's for sure. I'll be counted on to cooperate in his assignment. Damn straight. Just lead the way. I will disguise some black eyes. I'm unattended. Come in, for sure. This is gonna be good. But strong allies will prevail without a doubt. Now, let me explain the details of this mission. We have to move fast, as there are lives at stake here. Not the most elegant approach, but I believe taking control of the villa through a frontal assault is the best option. I have time to try and find some road to infiltrate, so I guess that's the only option we got. How will we be divided? I'm split into two groups, a decoy team and a rescue team. The decoy team will draw the attention of the main forces, while the rescue team makes its way into the villa. Remember though, we are dealing with the Intelligence Division's special ops here. If I may, I'd like to suggest we also add an ambush team to the decoy team, and a second decoy team to assist the rescue team. Man, we're already teaming with teams here. Why do we need those? The ambush team would lie in wait until the decoy team draws out the enemy forces, then both teams could attack at once. Meanwhile, the second decoy team would attempt to break the enemy's ranks, allowing the rescue team to enter the villa more easily. Yeah, I guess that's a good point. Evens the odds a little bit. Do we have enough members to spread among 4 squads? No, we don't. Contacted other guild branches, but with tier ships grounded, we're pretty much on our own. Oh, crap. Then we had Shara and Anata. Well, I agree with Zen that trying to carry out this operation with only 2 squads is risky. We need to re-examine the strategy. Numbers all you lack, maybe we can be of assistance. Hello, Julia. Hey, Lieutenant Schwartz. Well now, it isn't just military. Indeed. Pleasure to meet you all. I'm Royal Guardsman Sub-Commander, Lieutenant Julia Schwartz. Royal Guardsmen are here at your disposal for this operation. I'll be got the troops. That's good. Your participation will be most invaluable. Our 9 soldiers in your squad, including yourself. May run to Cruiser Incognito, stationed all throughout the city. Can assemble them within the hour. Great, but Lieutenant Schwartz, when did you know we were going to try to save the hostages? I tried to find you at the cathedral and tell you, but you had already disappeared. Hit you. My apologies. What I knew was that you had accepted the Queen's mission. I found out last night. Last night? I only just met with the Queen last night ourselves. Yes, I'm aware of that. We have sources for military intelligence of this sort. All that matters now is that Her Highness gave us the order to assist, and we are happy to do it. Sources? I want sources. Can I share some of yours? I don't. Leave it at no, mister. More importantly, the Guardsman assistants will give us the extra forces we need to fill the ambush and support teams. Indeed, with this initiative on manpower, I believe our chances of success have increased exponentially. And with extra manpower secured, we should start deciding on the teams immediately. Roger that. I need 2 decoys team, right? Only 5 of my troops should be sufficient for one of them. Yeah, I'd say those Royal Guard uniforms should definitely catch their attention. My thoughts exactly. Target the Intelligence Division's Aerial Squadron, stationed just on the outskirts of the Air Scenic Route. Wait a sec, Aerial Squadron? You don't mean... I'm afraid she does. On the Scenic Road's outskirts. Now that you mention it, there's a stretch of land out there that's been completely blockaded. According to my intelligence, there's only a skeleton crew of guards stationed there. If we attack, they will have no alternative but to call the villa for reinforcements. Oh, I get it. That's some good decoying right there. And when their reinforcements show up, the ambush team pops in and takes them all out, right? Should form that ambush team then. Meanwhile, after years of hunting down monsters in the rush pay off one day. But a gun or two will be able to handle this, no problem. Alright, 2 teams locked down. Now for rescue and decoy 2. I think the second decoy team should also be compromised of my Royal Guardsmen. Special ops will definitely drop their guards more readily to apprehend them. So that these us for the rescue team. All of the other teams will be acting to provide cover for us. Ours will be the most important assignment on the field by far. It's no game. We are playing an actual role in a crucial turning point of our history. Make sure you're up for the task. Sheesh, no pressure. And don't worry, we'll preserve. History favors the just. Well, technically speaking, history favors the most powerful one and victorious one, but let's not mention that, shall we? Yeah, besides, you guys are the Grunzel Martial Arts Competition champions. And we'll be the ones keeping the majority of the enemy force up busy. Hopefully all you need to worry about are the hostages. We, still. But sure look it was we. We can do this, and we will. You're right. You're so right. We're gonna kick some special ops, special asses. That's the spirit. And that's the plan. So far, so good. Operation will begin at nightfall. We'll use the dark for cover. As operation begins, you won't have any opportunity to return to the city. You still have loose ends to tie up. Speak now, or forever hold your peace. Hey, this is getting pretty real. I'm sure that Your Highness has made aware of the plan. Alright, everyone. Tonight. Here. Got it. Basically. This is basically one of the last opportunities you have to actually move freely around the city. So, as you know, that Ellen has so very obviously pointed out, if you have anything left that you wish to do it now, or basically get fucked. Which is fair. Let me take a second to look at my healing things. I mean, I'm pretty okay off, I think. We haven't had a moment's rest since everything started. Take a minute now, get everything squared away. If they're raking anything to you guys. But you guys can totally do this. Make it entering. It was resorting to using hostages. That's just disgusting. Let's save us a princess. The only ones who can possibly pull this off. Let's get pulling. Fair enough. We will. We will get pulling. Pulling fucking hard. Alright, we are going to make a save here, just in case I actually do miss something, which, technically speaking, can happen. Then we'll move our Sorias over here. Let me just quickly take a track of the puppet thing, because since I kind of want to keep this basically also as a nice little runway that should potentially lead you to most of the achievements, I do have to kind of consider if I've actually done everything that needs to be done in that regard. And since I haven't played this is actually probably going to take me, I'll give me like 60 seconds to go through all of the mental gymnastics for that. I could stock up on food, but I don't really need it for anything. I don't think I've pretty much done all the things we can. I'm thinking about maybe buying some more food stuff because there's the special ice cream, which is very good for CP healing. But we don't really need it, and I kinda don't rely too heavily on items anyway. It's not really my style. I guess since we have made a save game, have to go. You're here, good. Once operation begins, you won't have any opportunity to return to the city. So if you still have loose ends to tie up, speak now. Revolt your peace. It's okay, we're ready. Understood. Let's review the operation. Oh, are we going to meet back here? This is the Amber Monument rest area, so this should be the place. The real issue is whether or not Lieutenant Schwartz and a man can get her here undetected. No need to worry about that. Oh, when did you get here? Nice work staying hidden in Grunzel. There are quite a few sympathizers among the citizens. Finished our preparations. We can begin whenever you're ready. Alright. Waiting on your order still. Huh? My order? You're the ones who originally received your majesty's request. So, I'm waiting on your command before we begin. I'm just a rookie. It really doesn't matter. I don't think you'll have a problem. Just do it without shouting, okay? We'll be there to help. We have no objections. Yeah. A little faith in yourself. Don't worry about the trivial details. Just deal with things as they come. Right. Walks up on the Monument of the Dead. Okay, then here goes. Everyone, let's get those hostages rescued. Short and sweet. I like it. I'm so freaking hungry. Is it time to change shifts yet? Come on, stay focused. There's no telling when the Royal Guardsmen might finally show themselves. And more than 10 escapes. It's gonna really put his mind to it. I could hunt a lot of them down in no time. Make it so easy, then go ahead and try. Here, bitches. What? Ben Schwartz! Listen up. I have word from the ID ship. Then they will lock on the Royal Guardsmen. Get there quickly, this will be our chance to wipe them out. Watcha! Watcha, watcha. That settles that. Idiots. I have looked down. I'll never be able to use it. First done, Mr. Gold said. We would have spared your lives. Now you're going to die. You only got your own stubbornness to blame. Take this. Right, Ash. Don't be serious. You're not actually going to try standing against the Royal Army. Sorry to disappoint you. We've already been marked as criminals. Lord of the Queen, you will let us pass. Ambush parties on the move. Now go ahead and lure the remaining forces into the front gardens. And break into the villa while they're distracted. Sounds good. Ideas will be with all of you. Meow. And I don't think we can actually leave. Yeah, let's not break the rhythm that much, shall we? Baby. Smart move. Whoop. I like the roll. Yeah, it's man. Yeah, pretty good at what they're doing. Alright, looks like they're ready for it. It's a chance to sneak in. Okay, Roger that. Roger, Roger. Roger, Roger indeed. Sneak it in with it. So this is the Abbey Royal Villa. It's gorgeous. Certainly gives the castle a run for its mirror. But it is a royal family residence. Oops, looks like the welcoming committee's here. For you people. I don't need to know our names. We serve no purpose here. Let's go. I mean, you can go for the classic one and go like, yes, dead people don't need to know my name. Because you'll be dead. It's shadow weaving in front of me. Disgusting. Very, very disgusting. I actually have good arts at this point. You do have stone impact. All of that, it's bound to a person. Petrify breath. Yeah, no, this is going to push him out of that. God damn it. Bit of a waste, but you know. Let's do this a bit faster, because that's what we have this option for. You missed, Joshua. That's not the thing I like to see. Yeah. Beat the all-loving shit out of you, didn't I? Now, where's the princess being held? The place is huge. We just have to search it room by room. Just hang around here, you can bet we're going to have more company, and soon. Get a move on. Ah, where are you people? Halt. Don't move a muscle. I will move the muscle. All the muscles required to hit you in the face, basically, will be hit. You missed. That was foolish of you. Ouch. What a nasty little barrage. Hits me right where it hurts. God gave us White Gainer for a fucking reason. Not fun. Attacked out of nowhere. But there's still quite a few soldiers in the castle. Patrolling the corridor in the central courtyard periodically. Only option will be to silence anyone who sees us. Yeah, I guess we have to do this manually, don't we? Royal Villa. Lounge. Who are you people? Crap, we totally picked the wrong room. What are you doing here? Nick, I haven't seen you before. Good evening. You have the bracelet. Oh. When did you get up? Just enjoy yourselves and rest well. Like I've never seen you before. Yeah, you will not either for a long while because we're gonna beat the living shit out of you now. Just stay calm and wait. Wrong spell. Oh, character, actually. Go for it. Push them in the face and hurt them very much. I might actually be able to get this off Braza pretty nicely. Yeah, that was nice. Tap 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 tap. Look at us, winning like freaking champions here. Yeah, well, that's taken care of. Yeah, too drunk to really know what's going on. Like some kind of bar, same as the one in the castle. Please don't kill me! I'm not with them. We know that. You work at the villa, right? Come well, at the request of Her Majesty the Queen. Really? Honestly, here to save us? Yes. So, would you come down already? Whoop. Phew. Ideas be praised. Thought it was done for when the reporter friend was taken away. Oh, he's alright. Reporter friend? Must be Niall. You know him? Said explained that Niall had gone missing and was still unaccounted for. I see, yes. I'm the one who contacted him. He came to get an interview with the princess who's being guarded here. His passion for his work is hard to argue with, so I would up sneaking him in and showing him the way. She was spotted and taken prisoner. Yes, much to my shame, it was only then that I realized the severity of the situation. Yet that Her Majesty was being kept here to protect her from any potential terrorist assault. Proves that she's being held prisoner by the intelligence division. I was so glad that she was coming. That simply had never occurred to me. It truly unfit for my position. Come on, no need to be so depressed. Do you happen to have any idea where the prisoners are being held? Yes, they're all being gathered in the crest room, which is the innermost chamber. A large banquet hall, used for events like the formal signing of treaties. Got it. Right, let's go check it out. Okay, so we now know where we need to go. Thank you for helping. Yes, if you get tired, feel free to come back here and rest. Can we get you some beverages? Nice. Well, basically we can heal up now. Yet, pretty amazing. Droid room. There is nothing in here. Because that means I also get unlimited CP. That's locked. No. Seems pretty solid. The locking mechanism is quite secure. You won't be able to get in without the key. Maybe we should go talk to the young Chamberlain. Good idea, actually. He's probably knowing where we could borrow a key. Yeah, quote unquote. Just explained that the door is locked. Ah, so it's locked then. Key is normally in the possession of the Intelligence Division Company Commander. I believe he left when the terrorists showed up. The reason it was taken to transfer Lieutenant Schwarz and her men. Good, there's no time to go back. Just a moment. There's a spare key to that door. It's here somewhere. From reserves, I believe it's hidden somewhere in the gallery. Roger that, gallery. Let's hurry. Okay, so we need to find the gallery. The gallery. The soldiers. It's probably on the other side, one of the buildings on the other side, I'd imagine, because we haven't seen it yet. Bam! In your face, boy. Oh yeah, shadow weaving. Just keeping shadow weaving. And then you get some white G-header to your face. You're not gonna like that. Bam, you're dead. Bam, you're dead. Actually, a lot of XP I get for that. Ah, immediately found the gallery. King's Throne, the favorite seat of the late King Edgar III when staying in the royal villa. It's a large scarlet vase here. Still, and the company found something attached to its underside. The spare key, that's it. We should be able to open the inner door. So that plate here. There's an Eastern style vase here. There's an Imperial style vase here. There are rows of art catalogs on the shelf. I'm still gonna look at the other rooms though. Okay, some guest rooms. Because there could be a chest in there basically. Is what I'm thinking. What? Another attack. Disgusting. Disgusting. And the barrage on top of that. Then we go over to the Chamberlain and rest a bit more. So that we get really prepared, because I'm sure there's gonna be a boss. Find store boss. Okay, not really the best start. God damn it, I think one of them escaped. Yeah, but he has full health. Means he's gonna get another chance. Hey! Nice little level up. Who's Specky? Okay, we're now in the corridor. Jesus Christ. Oh, wait a second. Something went down the wrong lane. Okay. Some more guards. Who are you? Why do you look familiar? Hey, you guys won the martial arts competition. Made you of the Brazier Guild. That's right. Suppose we could persuade you to just forget your sauce. Shut it. The defenders of an impregnable fortress. When past us, you have to go through us. And he got confused. And then he attacks his buddy. 800 hits, 800 points of damage, that's pretty amazing. Also means I don't really want to get hit by that. If I can help it. That's gonna heal herself. Bam. help them. You, way to save your bacon. Meanwhile, you don't look too bad in shape, as yours. Then you're sure. I thought I'd see you here. Oh. Look at that. You're a princess. It's a pleasure to meet you. Aware of the Price Guild. I think it's a little late for introductions. So, we'll meet again, as promised. Yep. Little Chloe, again. Say, I sincerely hope you're joking. You ought to have recognized me sooner. Not with the dress, the hair, the things. What happened? Pardon us, Chloe. Little doesn't know how to dog people. What's that supposed to mean? It's just that I know. Yeah, sure. Yeah, she'll use that name for me. Well, since it seems to be the one you'd prefer, you'd rather use your real name. Yeah, but thank you. I'm glad to hear it. Okay, so what are you doing here, Chloe? And for that matter, why isn't the princess here? She's right in front of you. It's the queen's granddaughter, Princess Claudia. Bah. Yeah. Sorry that I couldn't tell you. I planned to tell you both the truth when next we meet in Rancel. But then Colonel Wishes had me detained. Why? Why would the princess be hiding out in an ordinary school? Why did you have us call you Chloe? I like what you keep calling me that. Your name's Claudia von Auslese. Oh, it's a pet name that Jill came up with using bits from my whole name. Really? Ah, and what about your hair? Oh, this is just a wig. If I had the same hairdo as when I was on campus, it would probably just create trouble. I believe I missed the connection myself. I've seen your picture often enough, and remember you from the major scandal and ruin. I never put two and two together. I'm sorry. It doesn't seem that Uncle Dan and Major Domo recognized me either. Oh yeah, the Duke's even related to you. Oh, I forgot something important. I explained the whole story, including how they had come to rescue Chloe at the Queen's behest. I see. For three of you. I extend my deepest gratitude for coming to rescue me. It was nothing. If we'd known that it was a Chloe in here, one would have had to ask us. No doubt. Should save your thanks for Her Majesty, as she's the one who deserves them. She had no concern for herself, just that we should save you. I think your safety will give her the strength to resist the Colonel's demand. Though doing so may endanger her life. Yes, that is her way. Something is not done, and she's in grave danger. I think I've seen enough of this little farce. Princess, yeah. That's the child, the grandchild of General Morgan, actually. Right now, another very important hostage. It's General Morgan's granddaughter. See, I remember my lore. Imprisoned at the Harkengate, and say they're taken her to keep him from causing any trouble. As I did with you and Her Majesty. It wasn't just some idle threat. When the Special Ops has a dream, we will stop at nothing to achieve it. It's something you're proud of? I'll make you deal, Sergeant. Please take me as your hostage, rather than the child. Not a chance. I know, you'll stop at nothing. Even we don't have the nerve to harm a member of the royal family. General Morgan's grandchild, on the other hand, shoots her needs just fine. She's a valuable hostage, not going to cause any real problems if she was to end up getting hurt. You're a monster. I might have said God myself. Pathetic, disgusting, sick. Pick an adjective. Call me all you want. It's almost time for the patrols to return from the Royal Avenue. We can round up the guardsmen and the bracers. Prepare for one night's work. Oh, I'm afraid that won't be happening. But I took your buddies out on our way over here. Hey. Get here, it's alright. Yep, how you do? Long time no see. Indeed, long time no see. Damn it all. What the hell do you think you are? Some people just have no manners. Think of that as my special gift. It's just scribble. Hey, who fired that shot? Olivia, I guess. Bingo. And the star makes his dramatic entrance. Please hold your applause until after the performance has ended. Of course. The drama turns into a comedy. Nice seeing you again, Sherazade. It's been a long time. Indeed it has. I thought I'd find you in Libya. I was honestly quite relieved when I heard that you'd fallen in with Estelle and Joshua. Well, I think you overestimated my capabilities, like usual. You only become more beautiful. I even recognized you. Yeah, really. Only bring you over with something akin to jealousy. A merely toy to be used when convenient and cast aside when boredom sets in. Welcome back, Lotary. We're almost at the end here, though. Hey, Olivia. Been wanting to see you. Hoping to go out for drinks again. Forgive me, I've committed a grave offense. I swear, none of you ever change. Glad to see you, Shara. Thought that the Royal Army at the checkpoints completely sealed off. Isn't there something called Oktoberfest in Germany? Indeed. There is indeed Oktoberfest. Especially highly celebrated in good old-fashioned Munich. Well, it's a large event. The Wiesn. Full of drinking and more drinking and more drinking. Because you know, one of the main attractions is, well, beer. Yes, went across Valeria Lake by boat. Docked at Gransel Harbor. That's one way around the problem. How did you find up falling in with the failed, traveling musician? One of the teachers at the local guild branch. He was like a lost puppy, so I didn't have much choice other than to bring him along. Except you couldn't allow such an amusing and interesting show to go on without me. May I ask who this fair lady is? Oh, right. Introductions. This is the Queen's granddaughter. Her name is Princess Claudia. She's a friend of ours. It's a pleasure to meet you both. Thank you very much for coming to help me. Think nothing of it. I'm simply doing my duty as a bracer. I could scarcely consider myself a gentleman, but I don't leap to the aid of a lovely lady of noble birth. Your pleasure at this meeting is entirely my own. Highness, are you well? Julia. Sieg. Whenever I say Sieg in this game, everybody's like, why is the German sieging again? Is that a good sign? It's just the name of the little bird. Can't help it. Yep. Nope. Little Sieg is happy. He looks happy. He screams. Happily. I'd assume. Good. I'm happy to see you again. Goodness, you're unharmed. You're so worried. Yes, feeling is mutual. I'd imagine so. Before long, the bracers involved in the diversion, the guardsmen joined forces. Seeing to it that the rescued hostages could get some rest, the company gathered to assess their current situation. Which is, we kinda need to now continue doing good shit, but that's probably gonna be the last... Actually, I think there will be 2 more episodes of this, actually. One where we'll start the final dungeon, and one where we end the final dungeon, because the final dungeon has like 4 layers of fuck. To go. Words cannot express my shame. For my ineptitude, none of this would have come to pass. So ashamed I could take my own life, were it something to be permitted. At least I don't say such things. I was happy to see you alive and unharmed. Thank you for coming to save me. Highness. Not that I'm not moved by all this, but I have to ask. What about the dungeon ERL? I mean, I've seen some dungeons ERL. I'm pretty sure I would stay the fuck away usually. Why is Sieg still here? He's like, Stree, I'm Sieg. Of course I'm here. He's right as a escort, as well as a messenger for the Royal Guardsmen. All. Did he not deliver a letter to your hotel? That night. But it might have been him. Must also be how you learned of Her Majesty's request. Yes, you heard of it from Sieg. Her Majesty sent word through him from the Royal Keep. The rest room in which Princess Claudia was held had no windows for Sieg to use. Very worried when I was unable to make contact. That's what gave me a heart attack, though. Sent that message to us. It was just plain mean of you to leave that letter and not let us know it was you. He's like, Stree. He says he's sorry. It's okay. By the way, have all the special ops troops been dealt with? Almost all of the soldiers in the villa have been restrained, though there are quite a few left in Gransel Castle. Much of the Royal Army is under Intelligence Division control, even outside of Gransel. You ever been in a horror dungeon? Not a specifically named dungeon. I have been in quite a few of the old bunkers and stuff, though. Those are pretty damn horrible, to put it mildly. Because some of those defensive structures are just left in the woods, basically. I mean, they're sealed, officially. But you know, where there's a will, there's a way. Much of the Royal Army is under Intelligence Division control, even outside of Gransel. Not careful, we run the risk of them seizing control of this building and branding us all rebels. Oh, I hadn't even thought of that. Also, when are you gonna play WoW? Basically, as I said, you know, I'm gonna end this after this little rescue mission. And we're back in Gransel. Then I'm gonna take a break for an hour. And I'll play WoW until Around midnight, 1 in the morning, basically, because I can actually sleep in until 8 or 9 tomorrow morning. So, since I have the time, I'm gonna make full use of today and play to my heart's contest, basically. Is the idea. Also gonna be a nice contrast between this and playing WoW. And honestly, that's all the fun in it. So from this point on, I'd say this will take probably another 10-20 minutes to finish, so 1 hour, 40 minutes around until we play WoW. Depends a bit on how long I actually take with the cooking. In speaking, all I want to do is get the meat out of the fridge, put it in the pan, and get it nice and crispy, and some potatoes to go with that, so shouldn't necessarily take a whole hour. I have pork, because I got it for cheap. Was on sale. And so I was like, I've had it in a while, so pork it is. Probably gonna make some nice little pieces of it and then just fry those up really nicely. Then I have some nice sauce to go with it and some potatoes, and that's gonna be my meal. It's not the most healthiest of meal. Technically speaking, I should have at least a salad by it, but fuck that. Sometimes you just want, something nice, meaty, and easy to make. I think it would be best if we were to get Chloe to a safer location at the very least. Perhaps we could seek asylum at the Erebonian or Republic embassies. They're considered foreign territory, make it very difficult for them to lay a hand on her. Also, that special ops ship that we seized nearby could use that to allow her to flee the country for the time being. To solve the whole problem, that would buy us some time to find a better solution at the very least. I agree. Regardless, we need to find some way to get her to safety. Everyone? I understand the difficulties of the current situation, but would it be possible to make an official request of the bracers? Most should have been rescued, so I think it'll be alright. Also depends on what the contents of the request are. So I must ask you to do the impossible. Your help in retaking the royal castle and rescuing Her Majesty. I see, that's right. Well, it's time we have to help the Queen. Honest, I consider the question to be ridiculous, because the answer is obvious. Your Highness, this is no small thing you're asking for. Quite right. No chance that a frontal assault would work, even with the capabilities of everyone here. I think that captured special ops ship has potential, but we're going to need some kind of seriously clever trick. I have an idea. Honorable, please look at this. So Claudia produced a very old-looking map. What's this map of? And assume the sewers just going off the map. Yeah, for fuck's sake, it actually says Gransel sewers on the fucking left side. An ancient diagram of the sewers below Gransel. One of the things it lays out is the path that leads to the castle cellar. Nice, so we can sneak in. What's the meaning of this? How can we have lost contact with the Royal Villa? Most likely it has fallen to an external force. Is it the guardsmen or the bracers? Just interfering little. You're not in command of that division, Second Lieutenant. It is a pity. And what's done is done. Pressing about it now will accomplish nothing. Furthermore, we must strengthen the castle's defenses to ensure that Her Majesty is not taken. I'll need you to tell me that. Now the castle gates sealed, but the soul is to enter from here on out. Any attacks I should need to worry about ones that come from the sky. Yes, ma'am. Once that's done, grab up troops from wherever you can find them, anywhere in the bell, set up to the villa. Priority 1 is to subjugate the terrorists who deceived the royal family. Yes, ma'am. So, I am happy that I can go now. Nicely done. Of course it was. Served with this unit for some time, unlike you. I swear, I will protect this castle while His Excellency is absent, no matter the cost. Now it's time for the ultimate planning. It is going to be a two-prong attack, isn't it? Okay. Here's how we're going to free Gransel Castle at the Queen. Oh, 3 people actually leveling. That's a good sign. Because yeah, it is fucking rare. First, Yoshua and 2 others will infiltrate the Gransel sewers. Proceed to the Royal Guard room and open the castle gate. But light of your fireworks. Well, that does seem appropriate for the beginning of the final act. As soon as the gates are open, the guardsmen and 4 of the bracers will make their way to the castle by way of these streets. Need to make a real spectacle to draw all the guards together in one place. You're in good hands. Alright, I've been looking forward to this. And finally. Your Highness, I certainly cannot get you to reconsider. I'm sorry, but I must be there to help my grandmother, as I know how to pilot an airship. I hope to be able to put that skill to good use. If I'd known this would happen, I never would have taught you. It's okay, Lieutenant. I'll look after Chloe for you. I swear she will be kept safe, and the isn't a silver streak. Understand. Please do what you can. The men inside the castle have been concentrated into one area. Still and the team will set down in the garden terrace. And they will break into the Queen's room and rescue her. Watch out. Those operations will begin at the stroke of the noon bell. Everyone is to remain on alert until then. Alright. You have your task. Get to them. Dismissed. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, sure. Please be careful. I'm not going to take any unnecessary risk. I'll be fine. And you try to be on your best behavior. Don't overestimate your own strength. Make sure you watch Sheriff's back. I understand. Whatever happens, remember our promise. We'll see each other again, safe and sound, in Runsell Castle. Hold on it. Yeah, sure. There's no telling what kinds of creatures inhabit the sewers. Please take the utmost care. I know, and I will. Don't worry about Estelle. You've grown so much during this trip of yours. It's just in your skills and bracer qualifications, but in your hearts. Or so it seems to me. Yes. What does that mean? Yeah, it's nothing. Save it for later. In the times of crisis, you can always count on these two brats. Quite so. I think we'll be heading out. May we meet again, my lovelies. Ideas be with you. Moves over. Hey, princess. You have one of those two have some kind of destiny in store for them. Yes, the thought has crossed my mind. We always have a smile for each other. I have to admit I'm even the tiniest bit envious. And now we're back in Grand Cell. But this time it's a very, very short trip because you really can't do much in here. Looks like the regular soldiers have been replaced with special ops guys. We've probably gotten quite desperate since we liberated the villa. Security seems a lot tighter than normal. Perhaps I can help loosen them up with the delicate tones of my lute. Do anything conspicuous and that guy will be on you faster than you can say off-key. Mueller, wasn't it? Yes, it was. You two definitely must rather not go near the Elbonian embassy. Could be quite dangerous, yes, quite perilous indeed. Well, these of us have time to just drop by there. But preparations are complete, we have to get inside the sewers. Yes, and with that we are actually, I don't even know if I can actually go through the other areas. I think I can go to the... I can, that's good. Which gives us, when we do the next episode, one last chance to talk to people. Well, you just caught me at the point where I was going to end it. Little strategy, remember? Don't worry, I'll be back in an hour, the latest anyway. Save game. Not oversave that one, instead we save over this one. Because we'll be going for a bit of WoW in about an hour. For the moment, I shall bid you adieu. Have a good one in all of that. I shall take a quick look of who actually has dropped by. On the right side, nobody I can easily name. No shading, but that's how it is. Now we go over to the left side where there are more people I can easily name. First and foremost, we have... Who was the first? The first one was the little member. Coming by and basically staying, well, with small breaks in between until the end. Very much admirable of him. Then we had the Kronos, who was, at the time of his first meeting, not even wearing pants yet, but, well, it is an early morning for the Americans, so, you know, he shall be allowed to be uncivilized for a while. Yes, yes, yes. And last but not least, I think, we had the little Terry coming by, having some fun, and now probably looking forward to some good old-fashioned WoW in the near future. And I think that was everybody I can easily name. As for everybody else on the more lurking side, do feel appreciated too. Pat yourself on the shoulder for a job well done indeed. And, well, I'm going to, well, if you're willing that is, see you again in round about an hour with some good old-fashioned WoW leveling. We're probably going to... I think I mentioned this at the end of the last little bonus stream I did yesterday, but I think I'm actually going to go towards the Undead territory once again. A bit of a tone change, and it really highlights how different the areas were made. Which I kinda do like. Not so much the music, so we're probably gonna listen to some of my own music on the side, so make it a bit more bearable. The Undead area has a Very dreary sound. Very fitting, yes, but very, yeah. A bit too dreary for my mood, honestly. So yeah, there's that. And now, with much further ado, I shall once again say, have a good one, and